Now, this will basically be between ISIS and Goon. Now, everyone's just going to have a quick 2-minute break, and the captain's going to get ready. Just going to put on some music. In the meantime, I'll just change the next game to being the correct one. Right. And then in the second game, we'll get a guest caster in. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy the music. In the meantime, we will be coming online in about 5 or so minutes. So 6:30 is probably going to be looking at the start time, okay? Cheers for tuning in, and enjoy the music.
Bring that ass back like a boom, 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 boom. Never gave up. Bring that ass back like a boom, 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 boom. Bring that ass back like a boom, 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 boom. Never gave up.
so we've got both teams ready to go, and we are going to start the game up now. Alright. Hopefully I created everything correctly and everything runs smoothly. Sorry about being a little bit late. I just had to work. You know, them jobs and stuff. Right, so we've got ISIS on the bottom there, and we've got on the Goonsack at the top, so...
Dyer's ban.
So sorry, we have Goonsack as the Dire and ISIS as the Radiant team. Goonsack have worked their way all the way up from the losers bracket, all the way up to take on ISIS in the grand final. ISIS is essentially undefeated. They haven't dropped a game yet, I think. So they're showing some really, really promising form. Hopefully it'll be a very good game. I am wanting to see quite a lot of team fight. Goonsack have definitely been coming into their stride. A few of their first few games, they were a little bit sketchy, and then it sort of was like a bit top and tail, and then they sort of got their form, and now they're good. There is also something to note. We are playing on a brand new patch. This can actually affect how the games go. Basically, both captains agree that the earlier we play this, the more balanced the new patch will be, so that both teams don't exactly have enough time to adapt to the new patch much better than the other team. So it looks like we got a Magnus ban coming out from the boys in Goonsack, just really not wanting to play that hero. Very high pick in the meta. Shadow Fiend ban coming out. With the recent changes to the deny, Shadow Fiend's actually extremely powerful in mid, and he's basically making a comeback. Warlock's still extremely powerful. Got a talent buff as well in the new patch, really nice. He's a suicidal Warlock essentially, so if he ever does reach level 25, he can be guaranteed to get at least 3 golems coming out, because I'm assuming you have a scepter there. Looks like we got 2 really strong supports coming out from the boys in ISIS, Crystal Maiden, Ogre Magi. Ogre Magi, really strong lane dominating hero. Basically can babysit really well, so can Crystal Maiden. So it's looking like it's a bit of a... it's not set in stone, but it looks like it's more leaning towards a very safe carry, if you will. So someone that needs a bit of babysitting and someone that can just push into the late game really well. Something like an anti-mage, a Spectre or something. Spectre did get a buff, so she's going to probably see some play in this game, or some ban. Or ban. Timbersaw ban coming out. Timbersaw didn't really get a massive buff, but he did get a buff inadvertently by being in the offlane. So the offlane actually got a bit of a nerf, so he's more of a stronger pick in the offlane as well. He's not to mention also just a really good hero in general, and they probably know that they've got a UG TFO probably knows that they do have a Timbersaw player on their team, and they don't really want to go against it. So banning of the Timbersaw generally indicates you're either going to go for a strength hero or someone that doesn't like magic and pure damage. This could very much be an anti-mage or could be a Spectre. Abaddon pickup coming here. Abaddon's normally banned out pretty early. He's one of those scary heroes that can act as a support, but also can go solo offlane and turn into this ridiculous carry just because of his ultimate, not to mention his shield, and he's the king of dives. He'll essentially dive you onto your tower and kill you. Probably make it out alive. He's very similar to a Weaver, except he's more tanky rather. He's more of a highly defensive support rather than a highly offensive support.
5 seconds.
With Warlock and Abaddon, they can run an extremely powerful support combo if they choose to. Otherwise, they can run a really nice offlane Abaddon with the Warlock supporting the main carry with nice heals. So I'm just going to take a bit of a bite of my food.
Dyer's ban.
Alright, I'll just be right back, guys, sorry.
Ten seconds to go. 5 seconds. Reserve time.
And I'm back. Oh, okay, so we've got an OD ban. Nice, nice. And a Bristleback ban. OD, really strong hero right now. Lane dominator. Once again, because of the changes to the experience, where if you deny creep, you gain that experience. Some of that experience, sorry. OD's become a much more powerful laner. Not to mention also some of the item choices really do benefit him. The buff to 4-staff, giving more health regen, basically means that OD rushes the 4-staff and is a really strong lane hero, and can sustain in lane very well.
Reserve time.
The changes to some of the other items, like the Urn of Shadows and a few other items, make Bristleback quite a strong pick in the offlane. Not to mention banning him, just in case they really don't want to face against the Bristleback, obviously. Probably more likely to do with a hero pick coming up next. Bristleback does prey on weak heroes, such as Warlock and Abaddon, who don't
10
actually have a
seconds
lot of
to
armor.
go.
He also preys on heroes that require a lot of damage. Anti-mage ban
Radiant's
coming out
pick.
from the other guy, from ISIS. Now this is really indicating that they don't want to face a late game carry, but they also might want to not face this particular late game carrier. So they might be just banning out anti-mage because they're going to pick something like a Spectre
10 seconds
or
to go.
a hero that anti-mage hard counters. Now with the ban of Storm Spirit, they kind of
5 seconds.
take Storm Spirit out of the pool, obviously, but the banning to anti-mage is usually an indicator that you are going to go for a Storm Spirit. So it's a very clever ban on the boys from Goon there. Storm Spirit hasn't exactly received massive buffs, but he is pretty up there. Banning Anti-Mage is very strong actually now because of the Nature's Prophet pick. Anti-Mage can contest Nature's Prophet in the push ability, not to mention if Nature's Prophet is caught up by Anti-Mage, he can basically kill him straight away because he's a natural battle hero builder and he can cut through the trees. He has a mini stun that can essentially cancel Nature's Prophet's TP, and also he's a anti-intelligence hero, which Nature's Prophet is by nature. So the massive amount of mana pool that Nature's Prophet has actually works against the for an anti-mage. So it looks like we're going to have a strong support dual lane with Ogre Magi, Crystal Maiden, and probably a carry to be named later. With the Nature's Prophet being an off lane, Ogre Magi could roam and Crystal Maiden could eventually go into the jungle if the safe lane feels safe and he's got enough of an advantage. So we'll see what the next pick's going to come out, and this will really determine what the laning phase is going to be like. Like I said, new patch, so everyone's a little bit unfamiliar on this. There may be some new strat that I haven't seen yet, and really just looking forward to it. It should be a good time. Right, so they're just taking their time there, and rightly so. This is the first game. Being the first game also means quite a few things, where essentially if you incorrectly pick, you can just be crushed in that game, and there goes your whole team's morale. So a Ricky pick coming up here, really sneaky. I personally hate a Ricky in game.
10 seconds to go.
I'll just be right back, guys.
5 seconds. Reserve time.
Clinks.
Dyer's pick. Ten seconds to go. 5 seconds. Reserve time.
And I'm back. Whoa! The Rise of the Bone Fletcher.
At your service.
Ooh, and the Wind Range pickup. These are some really nice pickups here. Clink's sort of the foreshadowing of the anti-mage ban, really not wanting to go up against him. Anti-mage can out-farm him and eventually beat him late game. However, Clink's and anti-mage share a split pushing pact, basically. With Nature's Prophet combined, I'm looking at ISIS to be the first one to take a tower or do the first pushes, essentially. Not to mention they have a very high damage ceiling with the Clinks and the Nature's Prophet, because both heroes like to get a lot of damage. The Wind Ranger pickup, it's a little bit of an interesting pickup here. Whether they're going to run that in the safe lane is the real question. If they run it in the mid, then they should be okay, but if they run it in the safe lane, then it's kind of a waste safe lane. Abaddon's probably going to be in the off lane now with the Ricky and Warlock supporting. Wind Ranger, extremely powerful. Quite good against the Clinks, actually, because of the stun and the lockdown. Not to mention that tree and Nature's Prophet likes creating a lot of trees. A good Slark ban coming out there. Slark is a pretty good counter to Clinks. However, if Clinks can silence you before you do anything, you have to hope that you've got your Shadow Blade off cooldown. You can purge it, and he's also really good at just in general fighting. So Clinks
10
has been quite
seconds
a
to go.
a hit and run hero, as is the Ricky. The Ricky doesn't like the man fight, although
5
his ultimate
seconds.
does allow him to do some form of it. Whereas the Slark does also. Slark's also very, very hit and run. And so they're just banning out the
Reserve
Slark there,
time.
in my opinion, because they don't really want to face anyone that can counteract their hit and run with a better version of it, which is a Slark with a Shadow Blade, essentially.
Dyer's pick. Ten seconds to go.
Looks like we've got a strong Invoker ban coming out here.
5 seconds.
I guess they're just going with, we don't want to verse a strong mid that actually can do a lot of damage quickly. Wind Ranger is specifically
Reserve
weak against
time.
magic
10
damage.
seconds to go.
With the recent buff to her talent, making her invisible, she's actually pretty hard to kill. So you need magic damage now. Ooh, Wraith King. Really like this pickup. With the anti-mage mana, this basically means Wraith King has extremely high potential to win. When he gets level 25, he kind of breaks even, but Wraith King is extremely strong because he's very durable. So he can absorb all of the attacks, probably get a
10
blade mail,
seconds to go.
return some damage to the heroes in Isis, and then not to mention
5 seconds.
come right back to life and then actually fight. They've also run a Wraith King before with with one of their heroes, who's actually a pretty good Wraith King player.
Reserve
Got a lot of
time.
farm and played really well in lane. So hopefully we're going to see some seriously strong late game fights coming out here, where if you don't have buyback, you lose. Just waiting on the final pick from Isis. It is fair enough though, because this is the first game of the final, and like I said before, you really don't want to be thrown on tilt from your first game with a bad draft.
10 seconds to go. 5 seconds.
Ooh, a Lina pickup. Lina didn't really get a nerf so much, but she has a very strong mid still, and she'll probably be versing against the Wind Ranger, so this will be a good matchup to see. Sorry for all the odd noises, I'm just eating some food. Kind of just rushed home straight away to get to this. Looks like the drafts are all set, and we got all the heroes picked. Looks like Connor Mavu probably going to be an off-lane aggressive
10
Wraith King,
seconds to
and
go.
Abaddon probably going to be safe lane. Wind Ranger mid, Rogue Magi
5
and
seconds.
Crystal Maiden are looking like they're going to be rolling around with the Lina, possibly to get some easy kills, or the Clinks. Clinks would be really good with that. Crystal Maiden slows with Crystal Maiden and Ogre plus Clinks is probably usually easy kills there. Lina going to be going mid. Got a very strong Lina player on their team. And UGTFO are just going to be rolling around in the offlane, rolling in that Prophet Doe. If anyone also wants to play in the ODL, please let me know next time, because there will be another ODL coming up after this. And just let me know, grab a team together, join in the fun. We've got a bit of a prize pool going now, but the real reason that you want people in here is basically bragging rights. Not to mention, more people means we can apply for a bigger prize pool as well.
Better get ready.
Alright guys, I'm done eating, don't worry. Game started. Nothing lost. Nothing of value was lost. Alright, just a little bit of good luck, have fun coming in. I hope you guys like this tower. This tower is really cool. It's like my favorite tower. Right, so nothing super special coming out just yet. We'll check out what the items are. It doesn't look like there's any smoke. So it looks like everyone's just going to go to lane, play it normally, hopefully win the lane, etc, etc. Looks like we've got the Wind Ranger mid and the Lina mid. You can tell that by the pool tango shared, pretty easy to see there. Going to be a Sentry Ward. I love this play. If you send your mid against the Ricky without a Sentry Ward, you're a bad person. You need the Sentry Ward there, just because if the Ricky does come along, you really don't want to have your mid die or lose his lane because of the mid.
30 seconds to
because of the Ricky
showtime.
rocking up mid. Looks like we're gonna have oh, okay, so it looks like Wraithing might be solo here just to get that juicy experience with an Abaddon offlane being aggressive. Ricky's probably going to roam. There's a very good chance of that. He's got a sentry ward as well to de-sentry ward the sentry ward. You know, get a little bit of sentry wardation going there. We'll just move to last hits and denies. Currently on 0, obviously, as the game starts, but we'll see what happens here. Ricky going to contest this rune. Now, Clink should be aware that he's trying to contest the rune, but the Ricky's playing really well. So see if he can get it. Ooh, no! Clinks gets it away from the Ricky, but Ricky gets a couple of last hits on Clinks. Clinks does have a little bit of a slow move speed, but he's not going to be feel threatened here. So what Ricky wants to do is Ricky wants to either stand directly on top of the rune to prevent the Clinks from being able to move onto the rune, because he does actually have collision when he's invisible, or he wants to completely avoid the rune spot to give Clinks a false sense of security. Had a sentry ward going down, looks like mid. Yep, Lena just going to go mid sentry ward there. Not really much going to be going on here. But it looks like Clinks is solo this lane. That's actually pretty dangerous here. Clinks needs to get a level advantage fast. If he doesn't, he will basically get pushed out kind of like this, because you want to turn and face the Ricky. This is you can't actually just run from the Ricky. He'll do too much damage to you. But on the flip side, you've got the Abaddon right there with the shield. So you turn and face him. Oh, and I just missed first blood. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys.
And it's already icing over.
Yep. Wow, this is a slightly different lane. So it looks like Clink is not in the aggressive lane, and it looks like Nature's Prophet is instead. Probably just a little bit of an overextension there from Wraithing. Yeah, it looks like he threw out a Wraithing blast and just got slowed and frostbitten, and Nature's Prophet just, wailed on him. 3 range heroes versus a melee carrier is actually a pretty poor day for him, and he hasn't gone for a poor man's shield. Just throwing a stun quickly there, the Crystal Maiden is going to do a bit of damage. He needs to get a couple of levels before he's even scary. Looks like mid. Going to have a bit of a tricky time. Nice Ogre just coming in here essentially. Wind Ranger just going to do a quick dash there. But still going to take magic burn damage, and that's all Ogre needs to do. Come in here occasionally, throw out Ignite, get a first blood top, and just roam. And he'll be just as powerful as the Ricky. Now, if the Ricky doesn't actually roam, then they lose the Ricky pick here. So currently, the Ogre Magi is actually doing a slightly better job roaming than the Ricky is. I'm not sure if the Ricky wants to get a couple of levels first, then roam, but otherwise, whatever's happening, Ricky does eventually need to roam, because he's not going to be playing a carry well. Got Crystal Maiden here, just harassing everything. Oh, and a nice little stun coming out there. He has to be careful though, because she's got level 2. Now, even though she's really weak, the Warlock's not in range. That's really unfortunate. That would have been a fairly easy kill there if the Warlock was in range. So, but the thing is, if you verse a Crystal Maiden or you verse heroes that you know are weak in lane, you really want to kill them quickly before they actually become a bit stronger, because the longer they stay in lane, the less chance you have of killing them. Which, it's pretty fundamental to some people, but it is quite often overlooked how quickly a Crystal Maiden can grow from, oh, she's got like no health, to suddenly she can frostbite me, throw down another nuke, and then the other team can finish me off. Ooh, looks like Ricky actually roaming, doing a good job here. The stun going to connect on 2 of them, Ricky not in range. Oh, okay, maybe he's going to get in range. Lena's popping the cell, but get cancelled by the Ricky, and the Wind Ranger gets a nice kill there. So first blood going the way of Isis, but second blood going the way of Poison the Goon, and I feel like the mid's probably a little bit stronger than the Wraithing. The Wraithing did die, so he's a bit affected there, but it's sort of, first blood, let's just make sure I get this right. Yeah, so first blood went to a Crystal Maiden, not really huge, but the second kill went to the Wind Ranger, who actually is really big. Oh, and lovely counter war there by the Ricky, perfect timing. I mean, he just barely got there. That's really well played there. That basically costs Lena a ward. The best thing is that either they have to get another sentry ward, or Lena has to just play really safe. So basically creating a lot of space for the mid hero there. Abaddon just being offlane here. Abaddon versus a Clink actually has to be a bit careful. Clink can pot out a lot of damage, but it's vice versa as well. So if Abaddon comes in with a shield on and is going aggressive on Clink, Clink has to back up because he's quite a glass cannon. Looks like Lena just dominating in the last hits, because that's what Lena does. She's going to blow the wave away and then not worry about things. So this is giving an advantage, because when you just destroyed the creeps, there's no denies. So that new change to the denies just isn't really effective. Looks like Ricky maybe going to steal the rune here. Ooh, he's accidentally right-clicked the Ogre. You're not going to get much damage on the Ogre there. You might get a couple of right-clicks, but he'll regenerate it pretty quickly. Ooh, looks like Wind Ranger and Lena just trading blows here. Clink's being absolutely fine at bottom lane, and Ricky actually doing a bit of damage to the Ogre. Unfortunately, it's an Ogre, so it's going to regenerate really quickly. 12 hit points with a Tango, 12 HP per second. That's ridiculous. Not sure what Weebot's going to go here. So probably going to run and grab that Arcane Rune for some easy things, but you got to be careful because the Lina could actually just come in and Lina thought about it. But yeah, just throwing out a nice Dragon Slave instead, and this is the problem. Wind Ranger is a strong laner against physical damage heroes. Not really magic. Looks like wow, actually they better be careful here. There could be quite a okay, nice little sprout there, just saving the Nature Prophet. But this is probably going to mean Ogre Magi goes down. Ogre Magi could have cancelled the clarity there. I feel like you just probably right click once and that's done, rather than focusing on panic, press every button. So yeah, a little bit of a misplay there from Yoga, but nothing super serious. He was going to die. Warlock basically just securing lane dominance, and looks like the pretty even game actually. Kills are in favor of Isis. Kills are in favor of Goon, but the last hits I feel in the net worth and the current the teams is pretty even. There's not really much difference. Nothing super special to write home about. They're just going to trigger a quick shrine here. Now remember, the shrines did have a cooldown of 5 minutes, so that is the first shrine that was available in the game. And Clink's just being a pain to Abaddon here. Abaddon unfortunately suffering from the levels because the Riki was in lane. So Riki did have to rotate early. Not really that Riki rotated too late, but it's more just that with Riki's in lane, he needs to get some juicy experience before he can actually be an effective killer. And it looks like Warlock in a really bad spot here. He does not want to go there. If Nature Prophet had sprouted a little bit earlier, he may be going down, but they're going to do some damage. No courier kill or anything like that. Riki just looking around. And Klink's going for a Soul Ring. I like this pickup. Because of the new change to Death Pact, you only need to Soul Ring occasionally, and you can spend most of your Soul Ring actually dealing out the damage. And this is what Klink's is going to do. Just going to basically push the Abaddon out while his shield is down and before his ult's up. Even when his ult's up, you can trigger it. See that? Just like 4 or 5 last hits, and Abaddon's nearly dead. Wraith King better be careful here as well. Going to get a nice heal from the Warlock. So both teams not really overextending, over-engaging. Just playing it really safe. Yeah, Wraith King is basically being bullied out of this lane. Oof, okay, so bunch of trees that are just going to harass, and UGTFO just getting really far forward, but it's not a big problem because the Crystal Maiden's quite high level. Oh, she goes down to the Riki, the surprise Riki. It looks like UGTFO might just go down here. Ooh, okay, he's going to be close. Looks like the creep might get him. I'm pretty sure he's dead here, but what needs to happen is that, you know, they need to stop chasing him for this long. Oh, and they just go the wrong way. Oh, wow, UGTFO, that's one for the highlight reels there. That's pro juke. So they're just still looking for him, which is essentially wasting farming time. I feel like the Wraith King should have stayed in lane because he didn't have a stun, he didn't have anything, so he couldn't actually contribute to that fight. The Riki should have definitely kept chasing, and the Warlock probably, but Warlock was quite low, so maybe they could have traded. Either way, UGTFO escapes with the skin of his teeth, and it's extremely lucky. However, the net worth charts have started to even up a little bit. Clinks and Clinks and Wind Ranger are in the top net worth spots, and we've got Lina just below her. So looks like we've got oh, Clinks is just definitely taking advantage there. This is the problem with Clinks. He's an extreme lane dominator. Not to mention he can just run into the jungle, eat a big creep, and that's basically a ton of health for the next 80 seconds basically. What was it? I think there's 65 seconds. So for the next minute, he's basically much tougher to kill, much harder to kill, and he actually does a lot more damage. Now this is a double-edged sword because you can't heal. You can't use Death Pact to heal as much anymore. But it does mean that you've got once you Death Pact a big creep, you don't need to keep Death Pacting a good creep. Warlock just going to sneak a bounty right here. Nothing really super serious going on here. You can see that the top net worth is the Wind Ranger, who's definitely getting some farm. Probably going to rush a Blink Dagger. Oh no, she just got for her phase boots. But then the next 3 are straight on the team of Isis. So it looks like Wraith King actually having a really bad game here. He's actually quite far behind in net worth, but he usually will go for a Midas for the experience. Now the experience has actually been buffed a little bit, but nerfed in the jungle. So Midas may not be the best pickup anymore, and the experience talents may be the best. Ooh, nice D-ward from the Crystal Maiden. Really well played. Not really just knowing where the D-ward was, but just continuously D-warding in this early game. Now, the test of time will actually be whether Crystal Maiden keeps doing this later on in the game. If she keeps D-warding later on in the game, and she might just be dead here. Okay, we've got to pause 1 second. Alright, so it looks like Ogre Magi is lagging. Now this could actually be an interesting pause. Basically, these heroes are going to get a stun on the Crystal Maiden. Then they're going to throw down a nuke. Then they're probably going to toss out Fatal Bonds, I'm assuming. If Fatal Bonds gets tossed out too early, then it's just going to be a waste. But if Fatal Bonds gets tossed out at the right time by Warlock, basically that means Crystal Maiden is very likely to go down. Wraith King has enough damage in Wraith Blast and a couple right clicks to kill level 4 Crystal Maiden with that juicy 1 armor. Mid lane, it doesn't look like there's anything super serious going on here. Ricky's still level 4, rotating, not really getting too much out of this rotation. Ogre Magi is still level 4 though as well, so nothing, it's not like there's a massive advantage in the supports. The cores for the side of Isis are definitely higher than the cores for the side of Goon's sake, but that's just because it's a Wraith King really, and Wraith King actually has a bit of trouble in lane. He either does really well or he does pretty abysmally. Looks like Abaddon definitely not getting the most out of this lane, just because he is an Abaddon and he has to face a Clinks. So Abaddon's really good against any hero that he can dive, and Clinks is one of those heroes that can force you to not dive him because he'll kill you first. And then you've got your ultimate, so you have to essentially time it when your ultimate's ready. So just, killing a bit of time with the pause here. But yeah, so it looks like the Crystal Maiden is very likely going to go down. By the time she turns, the Wraith Fire Blast will be out, and she can get a a Frostbite out, which is the only skill she has. Going for the double points in Arcanora has allowed her to buff her team a lot more, allowed Clinks to do more damage in lane, basically just by keep on spamming the Searing Arrows, and also allowing the Lina to just keep spamming spells, just because that 1.5 mana regeneration is actually just godly sometimes. What I'm wanting to see though is I'm wanting to see the Abaddon and the Wraith can get just a little bit more farm to come to this game and make it a little bit more even. If they don't get farm, they will essentially be overrun. Abaddon needs to get a Radiance and a few other items to make him really valid in the game. And Wraith King is also going to be the same. Oh, looks like unfortunately Crystal Maiden just not going to be there. And where is the Fatal Bonds? Oh, it looks like he's just not going to bother. And look, okay, so there's Wraith King ultimate as well, and Ricky's coming for the TP, but they do know he's here. Now, they're going to go for the Nature Prophet. That's a much better play. Ricky definitely wants to try and get in there, but he doesn't have the mana to, so they're just going to run away. Ooh, Ricky being way too being too aggressive and going to get the pick off. Now, Wraith King doesn't have his ultimate. If he swaps the treads, he might be able to get his ultimate back up, but he's got to be really quick. Warlock basically just saving the day there, preventing them from coming in. UGTFO just going full man mode and being like, yeah, what's up, bro? Just TPing behind him. Trying to secure some kills, but not really getting anything. Well played from Lina mid, getting the forcing the mid-tier 1 tower to be destroyed. Now that wasn't taken as a last hit, so Lina didn't actually get that, unfortunately. Yeah, nothing really super serious about that fight. Basically, just Crystal Maiden a little bit out of position, and Wraith King and Warlock pouncing on that. Ricky being way too aggressive in that last fight. If you're near tower, you basically don't want to dive unless you have your ult. Looks like Clink's also going to get the bottom tier 1 tower, so yeah, so I called it. Basically, Clinks plus Nature's Prophet is easy towers generally. The Lina is also really good at pushing, but the main reason why Nature's Prophet is good is because he can essentially force you to be under your tower the whole time. So the second you leave, he just starts wailing on your tower. And if we look at the towers are really healthy on the side of the Radiant, and they're not so healthy on the side of the Die. 2 down and 1 pretty low. Looks like Clinks is just going to come back in the lane. Now see, this is what Abaddon should really be doing. He should be shielding himself and charging at the Clinks, forcing the Clinks to disengage, because the Clinks is going to do that to him otherwise. Oh, looks like they might get a kill on the Crystal Maiden. If the smoke comes out, yeah, that's definitely going to be a kill. Ooh, okay, yeah, Wraith King getting that really long-ranged melee attack out there. The smoke really helping slow down the Crystal Maiden. It looks like Ricky's going to max out Blink Spread. This is a very, very aggressive move. Basically what this indicates is Ricky's just going to go full ham. He's basically going to blink in, smoke, easy peasy kills, and hopefully rely on the Wraith King and others for the stun. Nice little stacks coming out here. Yeah, one of the other big changes as well is that creeps will spawn on every minute. So stacks have come back, but the thing to note as well is neutral keeps do not give us anywhere near as much as they used to.
Someone's having
So Clinks is just disconnected, and we're going to see a pause coming out from the other team. So as I was saying before, stacks definitely give less, but there are more stacks. So overall, it's roughly kind of balanced, but not the best, I would say. One thing to note as well is that jungle heroes have been nerfed if you are bad at jungling. Basically, if you don't stack and if you just AFK jungle, you're essentially going to cause a lot more games to be lost, whereas before you had to be a little bit more skillful and time it right and everything. Now they've removed some of that skill cap, but essentially since camps stack every minute, if you're able to stack 2 camps, you essentially double your XP and net worth gain, which is more than what the nerf was. So it really allows jungling to be a bit better for higher skilled players rather than these low skilled AFKs. Looks like Clink's just going to rush for, I'm not sure what, but he's just gone for Treads, Aquila, and Soul Ring. I feel like that's a little overkill, honestly. Normally what you'd see is either a Soul Ring in like Phase or Soul Ring in Treads. You may not even see the Treads. Most Clinks actually just rush straight for an Orchid. based off the team composition, I wouldn't actually be, too advised against rushing for an Orchid just because of the fact that Ricky's on the team. Silence doesn't do jack to the Wraith King. Abaddon purges it off. The only one it's really useful against is Windrun, and if she's got Windrun, she's done. She's out. It'll be great against Warlock, but he's not even that scary. So I can see why he's going for the treads, but I do not understand why he's gone for Soul Ring and Ring of Aquila. Ring of Aquila is very strong in lane, and it does give you pushing potential, so maybe that's one of the reasons why he's going for it. Just going to easily get the last hit there on the large creep, buff himself a bit, and then TP top. This is really good, I like this. Clinks has got quite a few items, he's got a lot of damage, and so what they're going to do is say, hey, there's one tier 1 left, let's take out that last tier 1, that'll give us a large amount of map control. It looks like Clinks is going to go in on the Warlock there, but there's a silence coming up, but unfortunately UGTFO in the back, just making sure he doesn't get away. Wraithking getting the stun off on the Ogre, but that's like the worst target you want. Clinks just going to blow everyone up, especially the Ricky. Nice shield coming out there on the Wraithking from the Abaddon, getting a counter kill on the Crystal Maiden. Now that they've got UGTFO, they're going to probably get him easy. Yeah, he's not actually that tough. He's good in lane, but that's not it. Really big rotations coming out from the boys in Goonsack. Well played too. I wonder if, ooh, Shackle was a bit late there. Now this is really dangerous. Oh yeah, Lena can get some nice counter kills going on here. Nice. So Windranger getting the final kill there with the, with the power shot. Really well played by the boys in the Goon. Very good counter rotation. They did eventually trade 2 for 3, but it's a much better trade for the boys in the Goon. They traded the Ricky and a Warlock for their 2 lowest priority heroes, for Ogre Magi and Nature's Prophet and Crystal Maiden, which are still low priority heroes, but the Nature's Prophet was actually worth quite a bit then. Not to mention the Wraithing actually got most of the kills. The Wraithing actually has to be a bit careful here. He's got his ultimate up, but you really don't want to proc it. You want to proc it as soon as you get it, and then you just want to wait for a while. I guess it's just like an emergency in case. Look at he's just rushing straight for an armlet. Probably heard about the Midas nerfs and not realizing that it doesn't actually nerf the experience gain, it really nerfs the gold gain, which is not what Wraithing wants it for. Ricky just going to be top, getting a little bit of solo farm there. So the net worth is swinging a little bit more towards the favour of the Goon Sack boys, but it's just probably because they have more kills. The net worth is actually fairly still balanced. Clinks, Lena, and Nature Prophet are still at the top. Oh, and it looks like they're just going to get an easy pick off from the Ricky there. Well played. Looks like they didn't. Did they use Dust? They probably did use Dust, yes. Either way, got a kill on the Ricky. Not the biggest kill, but it's still a kill. Looks like they just... Ooh, Clinks has got to be a bit careful here. If they... Oh, not gonna get the Shackle. No hackle shots. No hack shots here. Although Ricky is coming in, so they better be careful. They got a sentry ward down, which will probably detect the Ricky. Wraithking's got to be really careful top because he can get killed, and he's only got reincarnation, which just means you come back to life to get killed again. Ricky just sort of scouting out for the other 2 heroes and deciding not to engage. So a little bit of a bad communication there I feel from the boys in Goon. They really should have teleported a lot of them top and just said, you know what, we'll just stick 1 hero bottom so that you can't take this tier 2, and then just turn it on the weak Leaner and CM. Now what I mean by weak is that they're actually really weak to damage, basically. Lena doesn't have a lot of armor. Nature's Prophet and Crystal Maiden has like nothing. Looks like they're going to go for a quick Rosh here. I like this idea. Double damage on Lena with the buff to attack speed actually means that you can do it. However, Rosh did get a bit of a buff in the patch, so they're going to have to be careful. And they're going to have to not telegraph it as much as they think. Clink's being a little bit aggressive there. He's got the buff on him from Ogre Magi, which really helps him do a lot more damage. Abaddon not really doing much. Looks like he's going to go for a headrest straight into a... Okay, and there's a lovely there's a lovely Shackle. Sorry, I missed that. Maxed out Shackle, basically Clinks is just gone. So if Clinks get caught out, he's really weak. And the massive amount of damage coming out from the Mjolnir wielding now dead Windrunner. Crystal Maiden popping her up, not really doing much. So yeah, basically Windranger does a lot of damage with the Mjolnir, and they're just going to get a nice double pick off here. I still don't know if it's worth it. I mean, the mid for Clinks, that's the 2 highest net worth heroes, so I think that's actually definitely going to go in favor of the Goons, Isis boys. Getting 2 pickles for the 1. The Clinks did go down, and it was a kill for the Windranger, but the Windranger did end up going down there, so they kind of fed it right back at them. What they need to do is be a little bit more coordinated on the Goonsack side. If 2 of them are going to go that way, they really need to leave the Wraithing until he can get his blink, and then the rest of the 4 of them just try and get some pickoffs here. Whereas it's kind of the opposite on the side of Isis. Isis really just have a lot of high damage heroes, and they really want to do something with them. Wraith King not quite having his blink yet, but looks like he's going to go for mid, maybe get a nice pick off here. Warlock is in the neighborhood, so they're probably going to get some damage on here, but you can't really do too much against an Ogre Magi, and Lina will probably just pop your ultimate on the back there. So got to be a bit careful. Oh, there's a Crystal Maiden. That's a pick off that they want. But really well played with Crystal Maiden part, just freezing and being back. Ooh, if you go back in there, that's, you know, I'm taking that play back. Crystal Maiden just being a little bit aggressive there. But it's okay because there's no blink on the rating. If there was a blink, she would be dead. But because she froze him, essentially, he can't do anything. There's no stun. Ricky doesn't have a stun, and Warlock doesn't either. So there's no real way to... Oh, lovely Shackle catching the Clinks here. Unfortunately, the Clinks was just in range of the Sentry Ward, and he didn't. He ran outside of the range of the Sentry Ward by the time he got shackled. So Wind Ranger has to get back quite a bit there. And also the Abaddon just shielding her to make sure that she doesn't die. It's sort of not really an initiation at all there. Looks like the boys in Isis are definitely taking the net worth lead there. Kills maybe in the favor of Goonsec, but the actual net worth, the heroes on the side of Isis are just farming better in general. Nature's Prophet is one of those heroes that's just money, money, money. He's got a Midas as well, so he's still sticking with the Midas build. And they're just farming a lot better on the lanes basically. Ricky has spotted the Clinks. Let's see if they do anything here. Doesn't really look like it. Clink's just going to nom that creep down real quick. Good coordination from UG2FL to not damage that creep. And so if we don't see Goonsec start to improve their farm pretty quickly, they'll get left behind. And no matter what they do, regardless of whether they get a good initiation, it's probably going to die. Oh, and it's a really nice initiation there. Basically, that should be a dead Clinks. Yes, that is a dead Clinks. The Warlock drops a rock, which is probably going to ensure UG2FL is going to die here. Oh, yeah, get wrecked. UG2FL just being way too aggressive there. Sort of TPing and sort of realizing, oh crap, you know, Clinks got caught. If your Clinks gets caught out of position, don't really go in. He's probably going to die. UG2FL couldn't have really gotten a recovery kill. That's a bit too far of a dive there. Lots of skills used up, and specifically the rock. Ooh, looks like Wind Ranger are going to find another hero just running up the top there. Oh, and not going to get the shackle, but it doesn't matter because Abaddon's here to slow her down, not to mention the Ricky. So that's going to be another dead hero. So a little bit of a bad play coming out here from Isis. Basically, I'm pretty sure the Ogre Magi wanted to ward, but you can't ward if you know that they're going to be hanging around their tier 2s. Specifically, if you've seen them be there the whole time. They're playing quite defensively in the Goonsec, which this is why their farm is going down. But this is where it's paid off. Their defensive play has essentially resulted in them in 3 net kills just because they've been hanging around closer to each other. Whereas the aggressive play from the boys on Isis has actually, you know, coming with a net detriment. Oh, it looks like UG2FL, Lina's going to get shackled. No, not quite. Unfortunately, no, Wind Ranger's in the wrong spot. You're in the wrong part of town here, buddy. She's just going to get used up and then guaranteed to be stunned. I don't know if Lina really needed to do that, but that's still, you know, just for the sake of it. CM ult going to come down, and Ricky definitely going down there to the CM ultimate. So Lina going to be chasing down the Abaddon here. He's pretty much dead. He's got... tries to dodge out with the smoke, but nothing. Just going to get picked off. A little bit way too aggressive there. So the net worth basically is sort of flinging back into the boys of Isis now. Just doing a bit of de-warding. This is also what I was saying before with the boys in the Goonsec. A little bit of miscoordination from them. They're doing really well defensively, but offensively they're just not really coordinated. They don't understand that you know, we have to all go as one, and if we don't, we're just going to get... Oh, and yeah, so Wraith King probably going to go down here. I doubt that he'll be able to get out alive. He will pop his Aegis, so that's for sure, but whether or not he'll actually be able to kill again, no, not really. And that's the thing, they could have possibly gone on him, but well played, well recognized from the boys in Isis, realizing, hey, look, we're kind of throwing it by doing that, by playing too aggressively. So let's play it a little bit safer and instead just go for Roshan, or maybe just go for some more towers. Which is kind of what the boys in Goonsec really need to do. Once they got those 2 pickoffs, they really should have just charged mid, gotten a quick bunch of damage on the tower, either taken the tower and backed up, or they should have just straight up backed off and just not bothered to go for the tower, played more defensively and just taken a higher advantage. So look like Wraith King has actually managed to catch up to the rest of the other the cores. However, it's still 3 cores versus 2. So if the cores like UG2FL play a little bit crazy like they were before and just keep feeding away, then Goonsec definitely have a way to come back into this. But currently right now, if if Isis don't actually overextend and don't really put themselves in a bad position, it's the team fight is basically leaning in the favor of Goonsec, mostly because of the Warlock ult. Now, Wraith King probably knows someone's there, but he doesn't have his ult. He has to be really careful here. If Clinks gets his Desolator procs on him, he's basically dead. Sorry, not Desolator procs. He has a Desolator, so he will basically kill the Wraith King, reducing all the armor needed. That looks like a double Sentry Ward coming down from Goonsack basically just, I guess, really wanting to see the invisible heroes there. Probably a little bit of a misplay there. But this is really also important. If you have a Ricky on your team, you want to keep him hidden and keep him invisible. So popping down a couple sentries here and there to prevent him from getting just picked off like he has been, that's really powerful. Looks like Wraithking going to come top. Now this is a little bit of that miscoordination I was talking about before. There weren't multiple TPs here, and they're just slowly walking their way in. They could probably have an easy kill here, but they haven't really coordinated it well enough. If the Wraith King had TP'd in and just blinked forward and gone on one of them with his armlet, by the time they would have maybe gotten him down to a low health, they probably would have been able to get a recovery kill. And now they're going to try and initiate on this tier 1 tower, but the entire of Isis is ready to TP if they need to. Klink's unfortunately not really because it's in his backpack, but Nature's Prophet's ready to roll, not to mention his ultimate. And so they're finally going to group as 5 and push the tower. But I do feel like it's a little bit, I wouldn't say too late right now, but it is at that point where there's a massive advantage comparatively towards the boys on Isis. There's like an 8k net worth, and while the Wraithing does have his ultimate up, and he can basically tank a lot of spells, that's all the spells, basically. And they're just going to pop his ult. And they got nothing out of that. So there's just a lot of bad coordination coming out here from the boys in there. It looks like the wall's going to drop the rock! Oh, it doesn't really do too much, actually. I mean, dropping the rock is awesome, but there goes the golem, and Lena's just got a bit of fun there. Abaddon actually sort of wants to be a bit careful here. Once he pops his ult, yeah, he'll be fine, but this is way too deep. This is far too deep. The rest of the heroes aren't here. Windranger's not here. You got no DPS. Clinkers is going to pick off the Warlock, and then Wraithing's just trapped. This is just really bad play from the boys on Goon. Like, not even going as 5. I do not get what the point of that was. You had no Ricky, you had no Windranger, and I don't know who essentially was coordinating the team there, but they really did a bad job. You actually, as a team that just split pushes with the Clinks and the Prophet, you have to fight them 5v5 and push them out, because otherwise they're just going to split. You got to force them to do their split pushing, otherwise you just won't get any time. If you do that, they can just come in at any stage and basically just do what they did there, where they just popped the Wraith King ult, and they were like, okay, cool, you got nothing. And they dropped the rock and was like, okay, cool, you killed our Ogre. It doesn't matter, Ogre took a huge amount of damage and we got our Clinks there. So it looks like the boys at Isis are really just sort of stomping this game. A nice little Desolator up on the Clinks there, which is no longer a unique attack modifier, by the way, so Clinks can go for lifesteal if he wants to, which would be overpowered. Move into that Mask of Madness. Ooh, okay, Windranger being really aggressive there. Just in sort of a bad spot. See him just sneaking a last hit there. And this is the problem that I was going to say. 3 cores for the boys and Isis have essentially just overtaken the 3 cores for the boys and Goon. And it's just because of a lack of coordination. Now, while Abaddon doesn't actually have a lot of farm, he still can make his way into some decent farm by being in prison in teamfights and good coordination. And the 5v5 of Goonsack is still very, very strong. It's not to be sneezed at. And we've seen that basically when, like, Ujitifo teleports into the wrong place, or Clinks get caught out. They basically just stomp 2 heroes, and then you can't fight them because they got a stronger 5-man. And Ricky just doing a little bit of scouting here, warning that Lena's coming. But the problem is as well that Lena's got 14 Bloodstone charges, a lot of farm, and she's really strong. She's got Boots of Travel as well, which gives them even more split push. So I like this realization of Isis going, hey guys, we've got a lot of split push with the Clinks and the Nature Prophet, let's just keep doing this. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Clinks actually just go straight for either a BKB or something so that he can team fight, and then just forcing the fights to come onto him. Because he's got an Aegis now, which is really, really powerful. Nice Diffusal Blade getting picked up here. Oh, not gonna unfortunately get that kill there. Wraithing not really getting a kill on the Nature Prophet. Once again, they need an extra hero. They need to beat them in a numbers game, because individually as the heroes go, the cores are much more farmed than on the Goonsack. But with Clinks' Diffusal Blade here, basically that's going to help him mitigate a lot of spells, and also it's going to help him chase down enemy heroes, not to mention the best part, which is it's going to burn Wraithing's mana. Since Clinks actually attacks a lot, they'll basically be able to burn quite a bit of the mana from the Wraith King. Once he upgrades that Wraith King probably will not get his ult off and will have to go for a no reincarnation mana cost instead of the Wraith Fire Blast. But as you can see at the top here, the net worth advantage is quite heavily in favour of Isis. So the team in Isis is just really doing well here. Now this is also something that you don't see quite often. Support farming. Now this isn't just, oh, you don't see supports farming, but it's more the support is farming and not just roaming around feeding. Because if CM was just like, oh guys, let's keep going, get kills, keep get hills, she's extremely weak and she's really easy to kill. Ooh, Lena gonna come in here, but gonna get nice silence help from the the Ricky, but unfortunately it's just not enough. Ooh, and Ricky just gonna go down there. Oh, Lena just barely surviving. Clink's coming out of it. That nice evasion wind run from Wind Ranger there, basically giving him more health, more sustainability. But the Clinks is just rolling around, and it doesn't matter. He can basically charge someone down. If he finds the Wraith King, or if he finds the Warlock, which he has now, Warlock's probably going to go down now. Oh. Yep, goodbye Warlock. That's like 2 to 3 shots from Clinks, and Warlock's dead. This is the problem that you're facing, essentially. He does 210 damage plus 90. That's 300 damage from just one hero, and he's just going to take that. Like, what's Abaddon going to do? Run in, pop his ult, and then all Clinks has to do is just go, oh, I'll take the Rax instead, bud. Looks at Nature's Prophet also taking Rax top here. Ooh, just barely making it out alive. Ooh, Beautiful just barely escaping out with the skin of his teeth again. Ricky not popping that ult fast enough. Yeah, bye on Rex. Clink's just going to say hi. Looks like Clink's is going to pick off the Abaddon here real quick. Ooh, a nice shackle from the Wind Ranger. They're not really latching on anything. Not to mention the freeze from Crystal Maiden going to get it. Oh, Crystal Maiden just barely not killing the Ricky. Ricky got to be real careful. The Ignite's going to pick him off. Clink's just dominating everyone and everything. Wraith King trying to defend top Rex, but top Rex is already gone. And this is the problem with the split push build. Once you get a certain net worth advantage, like maybe 10 to 15k, you essentially control the game flow. And the only way to come back into this is essentially hope that they overextend or basically take the game fight to them. And Clink's just being crazy here. He kind of has a right to be crazy, but that's a little bit too far, I feel. He should play a bit safer, but it doesn't actually matter. They've basically won this game. The net worth advantage is too heavily in favor of ISIS. That even if one core does get picked off in a really bad manner, the rest of the cores will carry the game. And this is one of the benefits of going for a multi-core lineup rather than just a Wraith King and a Wind Ranger. Now that's not to mention Abaddon wasn't set as a core, but he isn't a core. In a nutshell, like just straight up, he's not a core right now. He's a support if anything. If he was meant to be as a core, he's just a really underfarmed core. It looks like Gem on Lena, basically going to guarantee that they get this free every time. Really probably getting sick of that. Double damage rune top. Now here's the best part as well. Runes spawn both top and bottom, don't they? After a certain period, I think 45 minutes. So if a game ever goes to 45 minutes, we might get to see like a double damage or a double damage hasted just painful hero, or a double damage hasted invisible hero. Oh, that'd be so broken. Now Lena's just bottling the double damage, she's gonna probably use it later. Oh, but she can see the Wraith King. Is it because they got wards up here? Yes it is. Late game warding, so overpowered. Always remember guys, wards win games. 2 racks down for the boys in the Goonsec. I'm pretty sure that they know that they've lost this game. It's not 100% up. Mind you, it's about 90+% over though, because ISIS have a huge net worth advantage and they're not throwing it away. There is a set of racks still, so it's not megas, and even at megas there'll still be a very slim chance that the Goonsec can come into it. But they really need to prey on the boys at ISIS making bad moves, and it looks like they've learned quite quickly. So if I was Goonsec right now, I'd be planning how can we improve our team fight? How can we play a lot better? Even if we do lose the team fight, which is most likely probable, do we play a lot better? I.e., do we initiate well? Do we play as 5? Because if they can work on that in the next game, it'll probably be a lot closer. It was very close in the early game, and then towards the mid game, it sort of just they tapered off. They must have gotten a bit too confident. They fell back into, I guess, what you could call pub habits, where you let your team go do everything, and you're like, oh, you go take the towers, it's fine. I'll go farm this jungle camp or something. And it's like, well, then it's a numbers advantage. Ooh, looks like Lena just getting a bit aggressive here, but she's not going down, dude. Like, they got so much to help. And Wraith King gonna finally gonna pop his ultimate there. Not to mention the Abaddon really well played, just not attacking Abaddon during his ult. Wraith King not gonna die here. Ooh, looks like she's almost gonna get the Lena and the BKB out from the Wind Ranger. Nice counter initiation here. So they might win this team fight, and they do win this team fight. That's a huge net worth swing. Wind Ranger just getting a bit aggressive there. She's got a BKB up. Nature's Prophet just taking racks, and they're gonna get it. So Nature's Prophet overextending. Not to mention the Lena and everyone. Oh, Warlock dropping the rock. Yeah, I think that's worth it. We'll definitely see what the fight recap was here. Oh yeah, so it's a gold change of around 5,000 gold and like 8,000 experience. So a really nice swing from the boys in the Goonsec, but it's still, the net worth has dropped from 25 to 18 now. So it's like, oh yeah, you've stopped the bleeding now. you haven't exactly fixed the wound, but you've stopped the bleeding. So this is the first step. And what they need to do is keep doing this. Not to mention, this will also help them in the next game as well. Believe it or not. But if you're in a game and you are actually losing, it's much better to go, rather than just go end now, GG, finish fast, report all team. It's much better to just play the game out and just work on your play there, because you're in a really bad spot. So if you do any bad plays, you will know that they're bad plays. But if you do really good plays, you might have a chance of coming back. And it looks like the Wraithking's actually probably going to go down here again. He's got the armlet off, but he doesn't have the blade mail, and it's like, yeah, going a little bit too aggressive there. So that was one of the moves where they could have gone. They just take the tower and then back. Now I know that they were very wanting on a sort of, let's keep pushing and keep pushing, but that's exactly the reason why they started falling behind, is because the boys on ISIS actually pushed forward. They pushed heavier and better than them. Looks like Gem gonna have the Ricky gonna have the Gem. Really nice play coming out there. But the boys on ISIS basically were playing better at the 5-man / split push. So they're playing better at both. And buyback from Wraith, I'm going to come out there, but I don't see it doing too much. And this is what I was saying before. They can kill all the cores off, but they're going to have to do it like 3 or 4 times. Looks like Wraith is going to come in here. He does have his ultimate up, so he's going to come back to life, and he's popped the Blade Mail as well, so Clinks has to be really careful. Blade Mail, BKB coming out on the wind range there. Not getting a kill, unfortunately, during the BKB, which means the BKB will be down. Now, see, that, I feel like the wind range should have gone after that kill, because that would have been a kill on the Ogre Magi, which would have been 1 less hero. And it looks like they're going to get the pick off on the Nature's Prophet. They're really well played. UGTFO being a little bit over aggressive. I feel like the Clinks just needs to get a BKB and just force down this Rax rather than the actual Wraith King, because they get megas and that's game. So a little bit of a misplay coming out there from the boys in ISIS, going a bit too, I wouldn't say hard, but just not focusing objectives. And look like Wind Ranger's got invisibility for the Wind Run. That's insane. That is a Weaver, basically. Now, I'm not sure how the invisibility actually works on this, but if it is, as I foresee, it could be like Oracle ult, or it could be like just regular old invisibility that gets broken when you do it, or like a Glimmer Cave sort of one where it just procs in terms of actual in instances. Oh, it looks like there's 2 gems actually. So, it looks like they might have fed another gem away. That is unfortunate. But it looks like, Lina gonna go for Lincoln Sphere. Really nice item pickup here to prevent the Shackle Shot. However, it can be broken quite easily. Lina gonna pick that up. There is still a juicy stack here. I'm wondering who's gonna take that. Probably Lina. She's got the best area picked. Oh, okay, looks like both cores gonna split it. That's really nice. Careful. There is still a melee Rax up on the side of Goonsec, so they still have a slim chance to come back into this. The chance is getting a bit bigger, but like I said, as before, they're eventually losing net worth the more they're giving up the map, and they have to give up the map. That's the problem. Now, Wraith King in a really bad spot here. Okay, that's a little bit bad play from the Wraith King there. He does have his ultimate, and his team can come in, but they're going to be so far out of position for this. They will have full vision over what's going on though. It looks like Wraith King going to pop his ult. Abaddon still got his ult, so he's not even worried. Ricky coming with a nice silence there. Oh, get the pick off on the Crystal Maiden, easy, good. That's what you want to do. You want to get the pick off on the weak kills and then go for the strong heroes afterwards. Looks like Abaddon probably going to go down, but they're going to trade the Abaddon for the Clinks. Warlock dropping the rock there, going to get the stun on, so it's going to prevent Clinks from getting away. Really nice play there. Looks like Wind Run actually does provide invisibility, but it doesn't. It's not consistent invisibility. And looks like now they're going to go for the Rax. So UGTFO and Lina definitely going to go for the Rax. Going to pick off the Wind Ranger, easiest kill of their lives. Wind Ranger, Lina going for the Rax, but unfortunately not getting anything. Wraith King's ultimate's back up, so okay, this is where Wraith King comes in. If he can blink and get the stun, yeah. Oh, Lincoln Sphere blocked. Sorry, bud. Abaddon buys back into the game just to secure that this Rax doesn't actually go down, or that they overcommit to the Rax and give away too much. So the net worth is not dropping as much as you hope for the boys in the Goon, basically, because of the buyback. So the net worth actually does change quite a lot, and every fight that happens, the net worth changes actually just every fight that they take that's is basically in their favor for the boys in the Goon, that they don't immediately get crushed on. So the Lincoln Sphere getting blocked there by the Wraith King stun. You really wanted the Ricky to block that. Okay, so the problem is Goonsec don't know that there's only an Ogre and an Ogre here, but it does look like unfortunately just once again mistiming that, so the Lina doesn't actually get stunned. Abaddon's going to just charge in here. He's not too worried about that. They really want to pick off the Ogre Magi. Ooh, looks like Lina probably going to get the Rax down there. Ogre Magi going down, but oh no, not actually going down, unfortunately. Wind Ranger's down, and so is Ogre Magi. I mean, Warlock. Okay, and there goes the Rax finally. So that's mega creeps for the boys in ISIS. And it took them too long. It really shouldn't have. Clinks has so much damage, and he's just farming. He's not even bothering in this fight. He's just saying, you know what, I'm just gonna get a BKB and then come in and do that. So it looks like the boys on the Goon, their chances have dropped from basically like 90 plus, a 90 plus chance to lose to maybe like a 99% chance to lose this game. So this game is quite firmly in the hands of the boys in ISIS. However, like I said, Goonsec boys want to keep playing this out and not really tire out the boys in ISIS, but want to actually practice the gameplay because they might still be a little bit rusty with their teammate. So Lena just going to go and take the Roshan here. Maybe also think about their picks and their bans. So it was pretty good picks and bans on both sides. The Ricky pick didn't really do too much. It definitely did some work. I'm not saying that Ricky pick was absolutely worthless, but he did rotate, he did roam. But the problem was he was still a Ricky pickup. So as a Ricky, he can only do so much in the fights, and the Ogre Magi can basically do so much, but he can also buff your carriers, and Crystal Maiden just provides that global aura, so it gives you that laning dominance, so she's so powerful. Whereas the Ricky has to roam and has to be played perfectly. That's not saying, like I said, the Ricky was played badly. It was played really well, actually. I wouldn't say like the best of the best, but it was played well. Well enough that he actually had an impact on the game. The problem was that their team fight during the mid game, they essentially just like lost coordination. They forgot that they're a team, and they started just playing like a pub. Maybe a little bit of the kills went to their head, and they thought that they were much further ahead than we were. But the boys in ISIS realizing sometimes UGTFO specifically realized that he was like, oh shit, I better not TP into these places, because I mean 2 of the 5 times that I've gone in have actually resulted in kills. The rest of the times I've been in a really bad spot, forced my team to come in, or I've just died. So nice blade mail pop there from the Wraith King. Looks like UGTFO going to come in from the side. A little bit of an interesting position here. He's going to get picked off probably there. He's got a 4-star, so he should be okay. BKB out from the Wind Ranger. That's really good. You want to waste the BKB you want to force it to waste the BKB. Abaddon going down. Looks like Klink's just picking him off, and Wind Ranger getting a nice catch on the Klinks here. Unfortunately, yeah, you got nothing. So the Wind Run invisibility, just blown up by the Lena there. Looks like Wraith King's really the only one that's left over this, and he still has his ultimate, so this is the problem. Wraith King doesn't actually do enough damage, he could just be kited forever. And here, he's just going to go down and then come back to life and die again. Ricky going to try and get the pick off on the Aegis of Immortality. Not going to get the pick off. And it looks like, yep. Unfortunately, no kills on him. I think they're just having a bit of fun now. Ricky just going to do that, and that's going to be GG. So well played to the boys in ISIS, taking a pretty convincing game 1 after mid-game. It was pretty even, actually, up until about 20 minutes, and then after that, ISIS realized that they should play as a team, and they basically learned from their mistakes, whereas I feel like Goonsec didn't. So just a bit better play from Goonsec will result in probably them coming away with the win. They had a much... They didn't have a much better draft, but they had a very strong draft. So that Lena definitely wins MVP of that game, basically just farming and just never stopping. UGTFO being a little bit crazy there, but crazy at some points. So I'll just pop on a bit of music, and we'll get into game 2 as soon as it's ready. So just stick around. Oh, oops, sorry guys. We're gonna have a guest caster just joining us in later. Sorry about that. For the music, I'll pop that.
Gnarly, radical, On the block, I'm magical. See me at your college campus, baggy full of Adderalls. Call me if you need a fix, call me if you need a boost. See them other chicken heads, they don't ever leave the coop. I'm in the coop cruising, I got the stolen plates, serving all the fiends over there by the Golden Gate Bridge. I'm colder than the fridge and the freezer. I'm snatching all your bitches at my leisure. Gucci, Gucci, Louis, Louis, Fendi, Fendi, Prada. The basic bitches wear that shit, so I don't even bother. Gucci, Gucci, Louis, Louis,
Channel
Fendi,
switch.
Fendi, Prada. The basic bitches wear that shit, so I don't even bother. Like Gucci, Gucci, Louis, Louis, Fendi, Fendi, Prada. The basic bitches wear that shit, so I don't even bother. Gucci, Gucci, Louis, Louis, Fendi, Fendi, Prada. The basic bitches wear that shit, so I don't even bother. Starting in my heart, reaching a fever pitch is bringing me out the dark. Finally, I can see you crystal clear. Go ahead and sell me out, and I'll lay your shit bare. See, I'll leave with every piece of you. Don't underestimate the things that I will do. There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching a fever pitch and bringing me out the dark. The scars on your love remind me of us. They keep me thinking that we always had it all. The scars on your love, they leave me breathless. I can't help feeling we could have had it all. Is the deal? You had my heart of salvage. You played it to the beat. Could have had it
Sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah. Get a feeling that I never had before. No, I get a good feeling, yeah. Oh, sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah. Relax, don't do it when you wanna go to it. Relax, don't do it when you wanna come. Relax, don't do it when you wanna suck it to it. Relax, don't do it when you wanna come. When you wanna come. Don't do it now. Don't do it now. Don't do it now.
Into the streets, we're coming out. We never sleep, never get tired. To urban feeds and suburban
Alright guys, welcome back to the second game. We're just going to get the game started now. Both captains have said they're ready to go. I'm just going to check with my co-caster and make sure he's all ready to roll. Yo Mace, you good?
I think I'm good.
Alright, cool. Yeah, you're coming through nice and clear then. Alright, we'll just start the game now. Alright, so did you catch much of the first game, man?
Caught like the last maybe 5 minutes, but it
Ah,
looked
yeah.
to be well over by then.
Yeah, it sort of was. Basically, Goonsack and ISIS were dead even for around the first 20 minutes, and then Goonsack sort of split up against like a Clinks and a Nature's Prophet, which is not really the best plan, and they pushed us 2 or 3 and absolutely got crushed, and then the advantage just snowballed too much, and you saw the result of that.
Yeah, I saw a couple of level 10 supports at whatever time of the game that was. It's pretty sad.
Yeah, it's basically standard pub gaming. So you know the patch notes basically, right, Mace?
Yeah, I've not memorized them, but I'm familiar with most of them.
Cool. So yeah, Shadowfiend being banned a lot more now. The reason why Shadowfiend's being banned a lot more is basically because Shadowfiend just crushes mid lane now. With that deny change, basically, so if he denies a hero, he gets 30% of the experience. So if a Shadowfiend gets a good advantage, he absolutely dominates the lane. Like so much, it's ridiculous. And Magnus, just because Magnus is a good hero, I guess. They're banning the Abaddon out because they didn't really play the Abaddon that well last game, I don't think.
Yeah, no, he didn't seem to have any impact when I tuned in. He seemed to be saving for a never coming Radiance.
Yeah. Ursa's also really strong in the meta now. I'm not quite sure why. He's always been quite strong, but I think one of the changes was some of the item changes, like Urn of Shadows and a few other ones that give mana regeneration to heroes. Oh, they've just made massive comebacks with 2 straight heroes.
Seconds to go.
Yeah, I've been noticing people whining about the Urn of Shadows change. Can't pick it up before 3 minutes in case you felt that need. But yeah, Ursa had a minor damage nerf, didn't he? Lost 3 base damage.
Yeah, but still, I think there's a few other things that got changed as well that made him a bit stronger. But either way, Boys and Goon just not wanting to face an Ursa because he's a prick. Looks like your favorite hero is being picked up. Have you ever gotten to level 25?
Yeah, but by that stage the game's normally well over.
Nah. I want to see one of those. It's like a Warlock going, drop the rock, refresher, drop the rock, and then die, and there's like 5 Warlock columns, like, Arr!
Yeah, it's a bit corny really, isn't it? But at least, I don't know, in a real game you might actually have a chance to cast it even if you get chain silenced or something.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. I like it because it's exactly as you said. If you get chain silenced and you just get absolutely crushed, it's like, yeah, at least we're kind of useful. Ooh, Axe. Okay, Axe, just, my god. He was really powerful last patch, and this patch I feel he's actually stronger. Just because of some of the item changes.
I'd like to see a team pick up a Bloodthorn Silencer, to be honest. That's pretty dirty. Double damage with silence targets plus the crit.
Yeah, I've heard that that's broken as shit, but I feel like if you're gonna go for a Bloodthorn on a Silencer, you're still really squishy. So I still feel, in pubs, I feel like that will be overpowered. But the Axe pickup really strong here, and Crystal Maiden just a strong laner, so they're gonna just go. Look at the Boys and Goon gonna take Crystal Maiden. Let's see what they can do with it. And the Warlock gonna be on the other team, so Crystal Maiden and Warlock just swapping sides real quick. Ogre Magi, he's also swapping sides as well, I think. Yeah, because no, ISIS has picked him up again.
10 seconds to go.
So, what do you reckon this sort of foretells? Axe is basically one of those anti-teamfight heroes. Ooh,
Yeah, not a lot given away yet. The bans probably tell you more than the pickups at this point.
Yeah, the anti-mage ban, ISIS had banned him 2 games in a row now. They banned him at the second phase last time as well. But anti-mage being banned basically seems like they really don't
10
like versing an
seconds to
anti-mage, and
go.
they like picking up like a Clinks and other heroes like that. Any hero that I feel like goes for
5
Desolator.
seconds.
Oh yeah, that's why Ursa got the mad buff, because Desolator is no longer unique, so you can go Lifesteal and Desolator on it.
Reserve
Oh,
time.
you could before, but you'd have to get a Vlad's, and now you can go Mask of Madness. You do the Mask of Madness, and then you disassemble into a Butterfly Later or whatever. But you do Mask of Madness, Desolator. It's so broken on Ursa.
Radiant's pick.
Hey, getting back to the draft. So Slark ban coming out in Anti-Mage. They've banned out those two heroes. Now, I'm assuming that's because they've either seen Goonsack play them, and they just know to ban them out, or they really don't want to verse those heroes.
10 seconds to go.
Yeah, I don't think they can ban too many more carries before someone's got to
5
pick one up,
seconds.
right?
Yeah.
Like 5v5 support and offlaners.
But Slark is kind of a cancer now.
Reserve time.
Like, he was before, he's really bad in pubs, but, like, now he's just... He got a minor nerf, I think, in the patch, but, oh yeah, Bristleback being banned out. What was it? Bristleback got a bit of a buff.
That one I'll have to look up. Give me a
No,
moment.
I think that one's, he got an inadvertent buff through the Urn of Shadows. So just waiting for the picks here. It is still the second game. This is a best of 5 series, and so what we decided to do is, because we didn't have the time to do it, was we're doing a best of 3 and then the next 2 games if this doesn't go 3-0. If it goes 3-0, it's just, yeah, well, you get it over nice and quickly.
Radiant's
Oh,
pick.
that was a really fast pickup there. I can see why they banned the Anti-Mage and the Slark now. Not so much the Slark, but the Anti-Mage is really strong against Timbersaw lane. Ooh, Dazzle pickup as well. What do you reckon of that, man?
Maybe that's just to
10
let
seconds
their
to
act.
go.
Oh, yeah, that's a bit silly, really, because you've got the X. You don't need
5
to
seconds.
you don't need to secure the dazzle.
But then again, Axe and Dazzle make a
Reserve
pretty
time.
powerful combo in terms of Axe blinks in, and then you've got that guy that everyone's focusing on while Dazzle's doing the heal bomb. Sort of kind of up there. I really wouldn't be surprised to see a Terrorblade pick up, actually. I mean, Illusion's got quite a bit of a nerf, actually, so Terrorblade might be up there. Oh yeah, inadvertently, through the patch, and since a lot of Illusion heroes got banned quite heavily, other carries are becoming a lot more prominent now. Okay.
Radiant's banned.
Normally, you wouldn't actually ban a Bristleback if you wanted to pick Necro. You'd encourage a Bristleback pick, because he spams spells, which helps you regenerate mana, and he's also a strength-based hero.
10 seconds.
Yeah.
to
So what do
go.
you think for the both teams still really
5
making a
seconds.
safe laner?
Yeah.
What do you think? You still thinking Terrorblade if it doesn't get banned out?
Reserve
Terrorblade would be
time.
pretty powerful pickup here. Against the Timbersaw, not the best, but they could also go for a Morphling as well. Banning the Nyx Assassin
Dyer's banned.
and Anti-Mage is banned. Actually, they could go for a Medusa. Nyx Assassin. Oh god, no, you don't pick Medusa into Invoker. Sorry, my bad. But the Anti-Mage ban from the side of Isis could be picking up a Medusa. It wouldn't be the worst pickup either, because once
10
Axe,
seconds to
you know,
go.
once you get out of the range of just getting insta-get by Axe, then you're pretty much
Dyer's
unkillable by the rest of the heroes. Necrophos actually is pretty weak because your mana pool absorbs 99. Oh, wait, not 90. Sorry, absorbs about 90% of the damage that a Scepter does, because your health basically, you're half health and it does like nothing to you.
10 seconds to go.
It's a pretty interesting pickup. Nyx ban and OD
5
ban. OD
seconds.
just really strong, and Nyx is one of those heroes that, okay, so they're going for the Wraith King this
Radiant's
time.
pick.
So Wraith King was picked up on the Goonsec last time. With the nerf to Midas, I feel like Wraith King, he shouldn't be as prominent as he is right now.
I mean, there's more jungle creeps again. He still gets his bonus damage versus non-hero. Is
Yeah.
it non-hero
10 seconds to
targets?
go.
Yeah, that's true, that's true.
So there's a lot more to farm in the
5
jungle,
seconds.
which sort of makes up for the shittier Midas.
Mm.
And you've got that really stupid Eggs
Reserve
ultimate,
time.
which isn't
Yeah.
as bad as some things out there, I guess.
Draft.
Oh, and the Juggernaut pickup coming up. Yeah, just nice safe carry there. So it looks like we've got a very sort of standardish build on Goonsack and Isis as well. I feel like the Wraith King is a little bit out there, but I wonder if the teams are going to go for like tri-lanes or aggressive ones. So it looks like Invoker definitely going to be mid, UGTFO on the off lane, Race King going to be the safe lane, and then possibly a Warlock Ogre tri-lane. Does that work at all?
Yeah, I mean, if you pick up some slow and ogre or something,
Yeah.
even then, you know, ignite. You've got your warlock heal, which does pretty pretty good damage versus the off lane.
What about, now hear me out here, Warlock levels are slow, Ogre Magi goes Orb of Venom and Ignite, and Wraith King just wails
10
on whoever's
seconds to
trying to
go.
run away. Because
I feel like that's probably more than enough
5
slow.
seconds.
You'd be you want the heal. I think you're fine with the ignite into the orb of venom on
The-
most heroes. Like you don't need
Yeah.
that additional.
the thing that I find that's going to be a bit tricky is because they'll probably be against an Axe. Now, if the Crystal Maiden and the Juggernaut go in a lane, which is a pretty powerful lane combo, then the Crystal Maiden and Juggernaut should still be on their own, but then they'll have a Dazzle and an Axe, and Dazzle and Axe is kind of not fun to play. And the Wraith King's probably going to get beat.
Still don't achieve an awful lot level 1. I think if you
Yeah,
if you get ahead of them and stay ahead, you might do all right. But if you're staying even with them, then yeah, it's going to be pretty hard to scare them off.
that is something to note as well. If you are on the aggressive side of a tri-lane, you've always got an advantage at level 1, and your advantage will slowly wane the more the actual game goes on, because generally they'll get an experience advantage. Looks like we probably got a smoke coming up here. Yep, looks like there's a smoke and a Crystal Maiden, and the boys in the Goonsack are just going to run around the top, probably smoke and go in. There's also a smoke coming out from the ISIS team as well, but it's on the Ogre Magi. So we'll see who actually gets the first initial smoke off here. For some reason, Necrophos not coming into this fight. Kind of understandable, because he's not really going to contribute much in terms of lockdown, but he's still got a decent nuke. Ooh. That's probably going to be first.
Yeah,
one.
doesn't look like Dire's committed to their smoke. I think Ogre's just keeping that
Yeah, what the
for a gank on mid lane later.
Did you see that? They're like, oh, let's just run around this way to waste the smoke. That's... what? Okay, so they might encounter the Warlock. Okay, smoke is
30
broken
seconds
for
to
Crystal
showtime.
Maiden, so she knows that someone's there. Ooh, are they going to get him? Are they going to get him? If Crystal Maiden turns right, they might get him.
Yeah,
Yes,
they have
they get
him,
the snow,
but
but they got
that's too far away
nothing.
from them.
And
So Dire's just gonna go steal their ward, and
Yeah.
they're gonna steal Dire's, and everything will stay even.
except Timbersaw might steal the Necrophos ward, so ISIS might come out on top here. If they quickly send the Dazzle and the Juggernaut, they could probably contest that rune. Jug's gonna run and spin and not get that. So it looks like there's probably a 50-50 split there.
Yeah, so
Um,
3 runes go to Dire this
yeah.
game.
Oops, sorry,
With
yeah,
the
3
steel
runes.
bottom.
Ah, nice. And Juggernaut being a little bit on the lamb there. Gotta be a bit careful. That's a strong.
Yeah, it's not a great way to start a lane.
Dazzle's gone shallow grave.
Oh, he needs it. He's about to die.
Yeah, but usually you see like a you usually see weave going out if you're fighting the team, just because you can deal out more damage than grave. But okay, so interesting little pause coming here. Yeah, both teams have experienced a bit of lag actually this game.
So, couple of questions here.
Yeah.
Mid jug?
It appears to be so. Against
Or is
an
he just
Evoker,
there
it's
for
not
the
the worst.
first wave of creeps? Oh yeah.
No,
I
no,
guess
no.
he is.
He's got poor mans and tangos. Mid always gets shared tangos, usually anyway.
Okay, and then the other one is Necro Heartstopper Aura level 1.
I don't even know anymore. Crystal Maiden's coming in here for a nice little bit of a freeze, but she's kind of got to be careful as well because they probably could kill her as well.
Yeah, she's pretty slow, so that ignite's pretty much gonna spell her death if Wraith King wants to.
So
No?
she's deciding, you know, what's going on here. No Orb of Venom
so
on the
Wraith
Ogre.
King doesn't want to kill them because
Yeah.
that was probably the easiest one of his life, but that's fine.
No, Crystal Maiden has 1 armor, dude. She's pretty tough. She's got a fucking mustache and everything. Yeah, that was basically an easy kill on the Wraith King. Don't know why he didn't go for that. Looks like yeah, it's gonna be a Wraith King Ogre Warlock tri-lane. So against an Axe, they're probably gonna do quite well against that. I feel. Until the Dazzle gets in the lane. UGTFO getting sort of pushed out of lane by Heartstopper. Oh no, actually just the Necrophos right clicking. I see some part in Heartstopper being useful because basically, you know, as soon as you come into lane you start taking damage, but I don't see it being useful as a level 1 at all ever.
Yeah, it's pretty much asking the opponent to put pressure on you. I guess for a Timber it's a bit more difficult.
Yeah, I was
but
just about to say, Timber has a passive as well, so he's not going to be aggressive at the start. So, we'll see how it plays out. I think the Q would have definitely been better because that would have given him some lane sustain, so he could have gotten those last hits and regenerated from that. Invoker somehow took damage. Probably from a Juggernaut spin. Or something like that. It looks like Ogre Magic is going to do the first stack of the game. Is he going to get that off? No, it doesn't get that off, so that's just a little waste there. Wraith King and Warlock gets the axe. Not too much there.
Got the standard jungle maiden.
Also, Timbersaur's going into a little bit of jungle. He's just abandoning the lane. Like he could at least get decent experience because the wave's right at the tower now. So I feel like the Timbersaur not really playing the best here.
Yeah, no, he could have easily picked up a level 2 before leaving with where those creeps are sitting, but hey.
Oh well. Warlock just gonna have to force his heal out there from probably the axe combination or just a couple of spins. Does Warlock and axe have any kind of funny interactions there?
No. No, nothing other than Warlock's right clicks or the golems giving him a whack to trigger spin.
No, I mean like if axe kills Warlock, because they're both a Glody, aren't they?
Yeah, I don't know anything about the voice lines.
Oh,
Mate.
okay.
Don't pay that much attention. Not many people
Okay.
pick axe in my games, so I wouldn't know.
Something that's interesting, that Jug mid is winning, dude. He's beating the Invoker, just barely, but Invoker's got more denies. Which actually is giving him more of an advantage, theoretically, because of the new patch changes, so that's pretty good. Whoa, Axe has to be, I mean not Axe, what's going on with Wraith King, man? He's just crazy as shit. Axe just throwing some spins out, taking some damage. Necrophos got a really easy lane. I mean, if no one's in lane, apparently it's really easy, so...
Yeah,
okay.
So, I don't know, I guess they don't respect the Necro. Oh, and this Dazzle is about to
Get
himself
this
a
blood!
User joined your channel.
God.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can. 1 sec.
User was moved out of your channel.
Sorry about that, guys. We're just using TeamSpeak here. Yeah, so Mason's just going to jump out of the channel and chat to there. So, got a nice first blood that came in a Dazzle. Sorry, I missed that. Axe getting a nice kill here. This is the problem with Wraith King against an Axe. Axe just spins and wins. So Axe just got a Wraith King kill there. Did you see that, Mace?
Yeah, I caught that. Sorry, I was just swapping back into the channel.
That's all
Dazzle's
good.
making himself annoying mid, and Timber's decided to come back to lane at level 2, which he could have had having not left the lane. But
So, yeah, I'm giving this lane to Necro. The passive first, I guess, is that kind of pick. Oh, Crystal Maiden just going down there, so that's the problem with this lane. You go in there, Axe, you're probably going to lose. You're going to Crystal Maiden. Axe really can't do anything, because he spins. He only spins if he's attacked. Ooh, okay, Juggernaut just getting a bit aggressive there on the Invoker, but he has to be a bit cautious, because he can't really do much otherwise. So I think Axe just being left alone in lane here. That's really what's up. Gonna get some farm. What do you reckon, Crystal Maiden? Probably gonna run into the jungle?
yeah, that's pretty much her life now. There's although if they got a ward up where Timber is, he's
Radiant's
probably the
bottom
easiest
tower ain't
killer.
pretty sight right now.
Timber's like, oh my goodness, he's doing something. I don't know what's
He's-
going on.
he's
He's
pretty
so
sad.
poor. Like, he's not that strong. I mean, I'm sorry, he's not that weak against Necrophos in lane. Like, Necro's just getting free farm. This is ridiculous.
There's a gank on mid.
Ooh, sorry, I missed that. Okay, so
So to be fair, CM and Dazzle sort of showed up a bit late, and Jug did like most of the work anyway. But
it's still a Juggernaut, dude. Like, he's spinning, and what's Invoker gonna do? He can Ghost Walk, and that's about it. Oh, and he hasn't got Wex. Okay, that's a bit of a misplay there, I feel. Against any hero that has the ability to be aggressive on you, you kind of need to get a point of Wex as an Invoker. Getting some nice denies here, and Crystal Maiden just... Yeah, she gets the freeze up there. Does Juggernaut have anything? No, he doesn't. That was a bit of a misplay there. If Jug had spin, he's probably going to die.
Radiant's bottom
Yeah,
tower
waited
ain't
5 more
pretty
seconds.
safe.
So yeah, Dazzle's Shallow Grave's still cooldown as well, so they can't exactly dive too hard onto the tower either way.
Necrophos absolutely crushing Timbersaw in lane. I hesitate to say in lane because he hasn't really been in lane most of the time. So this is a bad idea.
Surely this is a matchup where Timber just soaks XP even if he's not able to go in for last hits, and then kills Necro with just raw levels and no items. Like, right?
Yeah, that's basically how it should be played out. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Not gonna get the Reaper Scythe, but sorry, gonna get the kill anyway. So regardless, that's pretty good. Now he's maxed out Heartstopper Aura. Very interesting play. Not the worst, but basically, if you're Timbersaw, you just max reactive armor, get a couple levels, and then you just run into the creep wave, and your regeneration, you can out-regen the Necro's damage. So
yeah, I'm personally a fan of Necro W for a bit of sustain. Like this seems like the ultimate in pub builds.
No,
but,
dude.
hey, I mean,
no,
it's
he's been
working,
changed. W is the Ghost Shroud. That's the one that boosts your magic and you take more magic. So you really don't want to pick that against a Timber.
right?
Your Q is the one that gives you stuff.
Q, shit, well, that's...
Yeah, so he's so powerful now. Oh, okay, looks like Crystal Maiden gonna get gone on, and that's a dead CM. Just feeding away quickly there. Nice Warlock Golem. Sorry, not nice Warlock Fatal Bonds with a Meteor. Timbersaw denying the tower, so sort of redeeming himself a tiny bit, but he's still level 4. I like this build. Necro playing very, very smart. Going straight for a Blade Mail, realizing there's a lot of damage on the team. Not to mention Blade Mail actually gives Necrophus some of the more damage than I think a Crystallis or something ridiculous like that. So
there's a jug going on in both of them.
oh, okay. Nice, thanks for that. Ghost Walk gonna come out, and good dust. I like the dust, so they can reveal the Invoker.
Yep, easy we escape there though. That'll keep him on his toes.
Well, at least now that they realize. At least they now realize.
Ogre sitting bottom, just
soaking up experience with the Timber.
Yeah,
so
just watching this Necro, like they really. Oh, there's the +1 on Warlock. I still don't think they've got enough to actually do anything.
Yeah, they can't. He'll be able to turn this because that's a level 4 Ogre, and it's not like the Ogre has a lot of damage, but he's still got quite a high HP pool. And Necro just backs up. If he runs in with a Blade Mill and they actually damage him, they're just gonna die. Once he maxes his Q out, then basically he's a killing machine. He'll go for a blink, I'm pretty sure, just so that when he blinks in, they're forced to focus him down. Crystal Maiden getting some decent experience here. They're both still level 3, so XP is definitely in the favor of on the Goon Sack, and so is the net worth. So they're definitely winning this lane, but I feel like it's mostly in the actual Necrophus. The mid lane's definitely winning, sorry, as well,
yeah. Next time Invoker gets ganked too, both their supports have dust, so he better be on
well played.
Sitting well back or he's going to be in trouble.
Yeah, I like that, reactive play. Necro has finished Blade Mail. Crystal Maiden's got some boots. Ooh, Jug in the middle. Yeah, it's still not really going to be that easy to kill him. And they got to dazzle the TP in as well. He's perfectly fine, really. Now, Blade Mail on the Necrophus is great if you're in that sort of aggressive spot, but he almost could have just gone away with a Midas or a Blink or a Dagon or something stupid like that. Necro, I like the Blade Mail pickup, I definitely do, but I feel like he could have gone something a bit more aggressive.
Wraith King's just finished his Midas. What do you think about that in a game where you're a little bit behind? You've got a lane that's horribly losing.
Wraith King is basically the only real core that they've got right now. I mean, Invoker's up there, but he's getting kind of beat down in lane. He's like definitely in last hits and denies, but if we go to the net worth charts, you can basically see that Invoker and Wraith King are the next two. Ooh, okay. Looks like Wraith King gonna pop. Wraith King gonna get a kill top, not using his ult. Juggernaut gonna get a kill mid. Also gonna get a kill in the Dire Courier, Radiant Courier, sorry. Sunstrike just off the mark there. I feel like Wraith King going for that is pretty good. They're not in such a bad spot. The 3 cores for the side of the Radiant can definitely take the 2 cores that are in there because Timbersaw is just so poorly farmed. But as far as net worth goes, it's more on the favor of Goonsack, so Wraith King needs to catch up. And without a Midas, he's kind of useless. Ooh, jeez. Axe better be careful here. Wraith King doesn't have his ultimate, but Axe is pretty much going to die.
Yeah, Jukes aren't there.
Might get it. Oh, sorry, and I missed a kill there. Okay, so yeah, Axe gonna go down, and the Wraith King gonna trade hits there. Axe going down first though.
Axe burnt out to the
Wraith Fire,
and yeah, Wraith King died to tower shots after X got the luckiest of spins under the tower. So.
Pretty good there. Oh yeah, but see, here's where the thing where Necrophos has got to be a bit careful. Now that Timbersaw actually has a few levels, like as you were saying, if he just stayed in lane and got levels, because the Necrophos was so passive, he would have been able to kill him several times in lane. Once Necro gets the 40 damage passive, which he should get, if he doesn't, he'll basically be thrown the game. But if he gets once he gets the 40 damage passive, he'll be able to contest pretty much as one of the highest damaging heroes in the game for his level. Looks like Juggernaut just gonna rock top maybe.
This'll come in handy.
It is. The boys in the Goonsack have lost their lead now, which is a bit sad because they've still got the level 4 Dazzle.
Yeah.
Ogre Magi, Warlock have gotten to level 5, so at least they're giving them level experience though. That's what's good.
The Dire might want to mind that.
They are trying to take top tower. I like this. Although Crystal Maiden better be really careful.
Dire's top tower's getting beat down. Can't do nothing about Dire's
Necro's got his 40 damage soul.
Just looking at this poor Warlock that wants quarter of a level to level 6, and this would probably be almost a tenable situation, but...
I feel like he's probably going to get a Midas actually.
The Dire might want to
Ooh, nice last hit on the tower there from Jug, actually sort of getting decent bit of time there. Timbersaw going for a cloak, good pickup here as the first item. Basically negates a large portion of the damage coming out from the Radiant side, except for Jug's ult and Axis spins of course, but otherwise most of the damage gets heavily reduced.
Oh, and Blink on X is revealed on a fail attempt to stop Invoker TP in mid lane.
And he's got a haste rune too, how did he miss that kill? Unfortunate for him. Necro just going to be in lane now. This is the problem. Necro can't contest against the Timbersaw because of the amount of reactive stacks, which is kind of why I wanted him to go for a Dagon. I know it sounds stupid and cheesy, but like, it's actually ridiculously powerful. You press W, Dagon and Q, and you've pretty much got any hero down to half health. Especially a hero that wants to throw nuke damage at you. Okay, so yeah, popping the blade mail there just to prevent them from going on him. But,
yeah, no, it's definitely a useful tool. I think the downside to Dagon in a lot of games is people commit to leveling it to 5 instead of...
looks like yeah, Jug just getting picked off there. Failed Jug ultimate on the Invoker, and failed call from Axe.
Worst call in the world.
Not even getting the call off actually. Oh, he's just not getting the call.
Cold snap keeps him dead.
Yeah, just bad play. And this is kind of how Goonsack can lose games. They can have a really good start, but they don't really know how to progress as a team from then. And I feel like that's where ISIS are really going to jump on them. Just sort of go, you know, like, hey, you guys made a mistake and we're going to pounce on that. Looks like we've got a Rod of Atos coming up from Necrophos. It's not a bad item, holds him in place, but once again it doesn't... He's like going all the defensive items and he had a free lane. I can understand that if you're a Spectre or something and you just naturally get better levels, but as a Necrophos you kind of want to be just spamming your ult as much as possible. Like going for a Blink Scepter is actually just broken. Because you're like, every 30 seconds or so, yeah, he's just not going to do anything. He's going to wait till the blade mail goes away and then... Nope, pops his hood, so just no magic damage from you. And nothing.
Warlock comes to say hi and then proceeds to walk away again. Yep,
Yeah,
standard.
yeah.
I see why he was level 10 on the other team last game.
That's not the worst thing. At least he's got level 6 though. So he's got the rock.
So CM there laying down the ult on the creep.
Hey man, you gotta get that farm, bro. You gotta get that farm. I mean, 100 seconds until they fight, so... Also throwing down his Q instead of a W to guarantee the easy farm. Interesting. He has maxed out. He's maxing out Aura though, which I like. 3 points in the Aura basically gives Necrophos the ability to spam spells. Once again, one of the reasons why you probably go for a more active and aggressive Necro this game. But I guess we'll see how it plays out in a little bit. Necro has fallen quite a bit far behind in net worth. He was the top net worth, and the Invoker's just taken over there. Invoker, yeah, Midas on Invoker is just the thing to do. You don't really go anywhere different. Looks like Invoker going for a Scepter. Should be a pretty brutal pickup here. Okay. Nice, Axe lands a nice call there. Necrophos is probably going to get the ult off, yeah. Not going to use the ult, I guess.
Save it for a valuable target, I guess.
That's sort of true.
It doesn't really matter.
Well, it
What do you-
increases the cooldown, so you're 20 seconds with no ogre. Which means that they can push a tower.
Radiant is stealing.
Oh,
Dire's ancient
wow,
stack.
that is a good plan. Really well played. They've got to be a bit careful though. Looks like
takes most of the farm.
I'm just about to say, like, nice healing wave there. They still got all the experience, so that boosted them up in the experience, and you can see that's like a big dip basically. They like get that kill and then the ancient steal. So nice net worth steal there from the boys and the Goon. They're all as 5 though, and ISIS are split up. Now, once again, this sort of reiterates back to why I feel like Necrophos should be going for a more aggressive option like a Blink, because they're going to be splitting up. ISIS love to split up and come together as a group for a push. CM taking the brunt of the tornado. I'm probably going to get Sunstruck.
Combo plays, yeah.
Well played by the Invoker there.
X can catch someone here with his blade. Goes
Ooh,
on
he
the
does get the timber, and there's probably going to be a couple of spins in there too. Now, does Necrophos have range of his ult? Yeah, okay, nicely done there. I mean, that's basically just to keep him in play so they can get the kill, not so that Necro can steal a kill. So all that they trade is a Crystal Maiden for that. So not the worst.
Probably didn't need to trade the Maiden for that, but I mean, it's,
yeah,
good recovery.
Well, the thing is, once the Maiden got hit by the tornado, she either had to back up or she had to keep going in. So she could see him, and I can see the thought process of her, like, you know, oh, I just got to get this off, and then it doesn't matter. But unfortunately, just going to go down there. Okay, Jug's in a really bad spot here. Yeah, if Jug...
Fine, spin to win.
Well, no, if his spin had run out and he got stunned, he's basically dead. I mean, he does have his ultimate up, but that's really all he's got. Oh, okay, it looks like Necrophos got... Wraith King's got level 2 ult.
He's also going for a Radiant, skipping the Blink Jaeger.
All together, just going for pure farm. Really passive game here. Nice Jug ult there, just picking off the really valuable target of the Warlock. You know, all jokes aside, that's actually a pretty good pickup though, because there's no Warlock ulti now, and they don't really have a team fight except for the Invoker, who himself is a pretty scary, thing. But I like
is
this.
on Radiant though. He's only level 6, so he's already back before they get to the tower, pretty much.
Joke's on you!
Underleveled life.
Okay, so at least the Goonsake boys are actually pushing as 4, I would say as 5, but not really. Crystal Maiden just not doing anything really. But okay, so deciding to back up as a team as well. This is how they lost the game last time. They just stuck around as 2 and died. So Necrophos got to be a bit careful here. Rod of Atos, pretty good, a nice route here. So basically, Timbersaw is not going to be able to do much. It's going to hold people in place. Ooh. Axe stealing a nice Invisor in there. They might go on the Wraith King. Maybe. What do you reckon, man? It's a pretty even game.
Yeah, it's I don't know. If Timber hadn't had such a miserable start, I'd be still in favour of Dire here, but just how things are lined up, I don't know, it's hard. Like their cores are still doing well.
Warlock Rating's got a Sacred Relic, but Warlock just fatal bonzing the Ancients. So is that something that's pretty common? Oh, Axe getting a nice call on the Invoker here, but there is no team to follow up. So he's just going to get EMP NATO'd. A Jug is coming in though. He's spinning to winning. Going to run through, but Invoker's keeping down, so no winning there. Wraith King just farming the stack of Ancients. Really well played on the boys and Ices here, stacking the Ancients a lot. It's pretty funny when the Radiant stole their stack though, so that is one of the downsides.
Radiant swooped in and disowned their top tower.
So, what do you reckon for each team to basically win? So, Team A needs to do this and Team B needs to do that.
Oh, I feel like, well, starting with Dire, they need initiation, which I don't think.
There we go.
Radiant is quite that. They do need someone to be able to jump the gap and actually catch someone off guard, because at the moment Radiant's just going to run away from them.
Yeah, but now that we've got a blink on the Necro, I feel like we're going to see that coming up, where Necro's going to start initiating, and so they really won't need to go for the initiation. But that does also have the contradiction of, you know, you're being initiated on, and you don't want that in general terms. All 5 of the Radiant heroes just top here, and
Oh, jokes almost.
yeah, they're just stealing the ancients, so it's pretty well. That's pretty clever and sneaky. But all 5 of them are here, but the entire dire side is just split up, and they're just taking farm in all sorts of different spots. So they don't need to worry about anything. Jug just gonna come down bottom here. He's gonna spin to win. Although his spin is now down, and he's taken a lot of health. A lot of damage there. Ooh, Sunstrike gonna completely whiff. Necrophos coming in with the Blade Mail. No dust, unfortunately, so I don't get a pick off Invoker. Axe, you can't beat a Radiance Wraith King. What the hell? Axe has picked up a Blink Dagger though. I mean, not a Blink Dagger, a Blade Mail, sorry. So that's pretty strong.
It's a good pickup, although, yeah, that'll be good with the Wraith King when he gets another item.
I really want to see the Radiant team sort of fight now while they've got the Blink Dagger on Necro and a few other things. Necro's got no mana though, because he keeps spending his mana and pushing out the creep wave with his Q. Because they've got like decent teamfight ults and I feel like the Radiant team really want to just use these ults and then come back into the game. Just, you know, fight, run away, 1 ult down, 2 ults, etc, etc. Because the Warlock drops his rock and it's like, okay, cool, you just wait like until that goes away and then you're fine. And then they've got really nothing in terms of teamfight. I mean, other than
It's true, and they've got no way of chasing, and short of a long-range tornado and Timber's Chakram, they've got
they've
like,
got
no way to
Ignite,
ensure that they
maybe.
stick around.
Nothing realistic.
Something about that bottom tower.
Looks like we got a DD going to be picked up on the Radiant team here. Hopefully this will just push them into the let's go fight them boys.
Double damage.
Looks like Jug has nearly got his Manta Style up. Timber's in a bad neighborhood. Just a really passive game here. I can sort of see why they want to play a passive game though, because you know, you lose this game and then it's like one more game and you're out. Ooh, Axe gonna get a nice call on the Ogre Magi there. I wouldn't say it's the best target. Oh, but the Necro gonna get the ult to finish it off. That's down for 50 seconds, so he's just not coming back for the next tower push. Jug a little bit out far. Not gonna get Sunstrike nearly. Very close there. What?
And that
Just focus the. Yeah. Just kill it. Just kill it. Oh, Axe gonna get a nice call on the double there. Oh, and his. Oh, no dust, where's the dust? Okay, so he does get another spin to win. Timbersaw throwing it in, and Wraithing is going to come in the middle of the fight. Unfortunately, Axe goes down from the Timbersaw. Yeah, it's 4v1 now. For 2 technically, but Timbersaw's not going to be stupid enough to come back into the game. Yeah.
By your own golem, I guess, is the story here.
Ooh, Timbersaw getting that nice easy pick up. UGTFO just getting the final ones there. But, is Necrophos in range for the Heartstopper? No. They really shouldn't be chasing this. They should be pushing towers. Go for objectives, boys. Timbersaw's going to regenerate in that time, and so I think they've realized that. But this is the power of the Necro ult, basically. Just take a hero out of the fight, and then take it 4v5.
So this Ogre needs to be bloodlusting this tower right about now.
Yeah. Well, he's gone to 1-1-4 sort of build, right? No. It's best to bloodlust the Warlock, because Warlock's really good at right-clicking damage. Nice preemptive Dazzle ult. I love this when a Dazzle preemptively ults you, because the longer it's up, the better it is. Now they need a back. They really need a back like now, or at least maybe a minute ago, because there's enough heroes up to kind of be a bit scary. Ooh, okay. Nice play there. Oh! Juggernaut just getting some serious crits there. Gonna pick off the Warlock. They've got a stronger team fight. This is what I wanted to see a bit earlier on. Oh, okay, Juggernaut gonna get a nice spin. Cross the Maiden gonna root. Down goes Ogre. Blade Mail coming out from the Necrophos. I wonder if Necrophos will pop the ult. He will pop the ult and he'll get the kill. That'll regenerate in the full. Oh, Warlock. I mean, sorry, not Warlock. Sorry, Wraith King coming in to get the pick off on the Crystal Maiden. Crystal Maiden been dying a lot in this fight, but it doesn't matter because she's the CM. Once again, Necrophos being a little bit greedy there. Probably going to get the kill, and yeah, they will get the kill. Nice dunk there from Max. Going to basically secure the kill. Really bad play from, I mean, not really bad play, really well played from the boys on the Goon, you reckon?
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, well, played better.
Yeah, played better. Isis did come in one at a time, and they fought without a team fight ult and everything like that, but it's just like we said before, man. Like, you just force fights, force the Warlock ult. It's a really bad one, obviously, but, you know, force the ult and then just run back and then fight again because they don't have their ult. And Invoker wasn't even in there. Oh, looks like we've got another pause. So I'll just, yeah. Basically, you just give your thoughts and your views on how the game's going right now, man.
Well, I mean, this is what I was saying, like, the mobility and ability to engage and disengage on Radiant isn't being countered by Dire. Like, they're just running around them, and it's, yeah, they've got nothing at the moment.
This is an interesting game. I'm very glad that Necrophos went Blink. Like, I'm so glad he went Blink, because if he didn't, I feel like that fight is a lot different. It just gives him, like, as you said before, the mobility. Wraith King, Ogre Magi, Timbersaw, not really much as Invoker. Invoker has an invisibility, but they're all pretty hard to kill as far as it just, raw damage goes. Warlock's pretty easy to kill, but he always just stands at the back. So I feel like if you can just close that gap, like you said, it's just going to make it a lot easier for them to win the fight. And I'm just watching the fight now in the street, actually. It's quite funny, because they keep chasing them down, and it's like, you couldn't be more right, man. They just can't keep up with one hero, and then it's just a 4v5 because the one hero gets too far out of place. Not to mention, there's actually a large amount of magic damage on the side of on the Goon sack, and they can just keep spamming spells. You got Spin, the other form of Spin, Crystal Maiden, Dazzle is physical, but and then you got Necrophos on top of that.
Yeah, it'll be interesting when this CM picks up some invis, because there's not really a whole lot of stuns there as well. If they blow the Ogre stun, then what's gonna stop a Wraith King's normally off somewhere else,
There's also something to put in, like, building on that point, the Warlock's going for a Hand of Midas. He's broke as, the Ogre Magi actually has a little bit of farm, and some sentry wards as well, so they will be able to detect, once, as you said, but it's going to put more pressure on them, so they won't be able to de-ward, and they'll lose vision, they'll have to save wards for team fights, or they'll have to get dust or something. So I feel like Crystal Maiden going for the invisibility would be a really, really strong pickup. Not to mention also the Dazzle, it wouldn't be a bad idea, but Dazzle I feel is going mech. So, yeah, not bad.
Standard 30-minute mech, eh?
Yeah, sort of better than nothing, I guess, but there are definitely other ones to go. Something you note as well, Necrophos has had enough money to buy his Rod of Atos for a while. Now, what I'm willing to bet is that he's not going to buy Rod of Atos and he's going to go for Radiance. Do you want to know why?
Because, why not? I mean,
yeah, exactly.
Stupid,
So
right?
why not? You've nearly got enough of the relic, which is the hardest part. There's also the fact that so the Radiance is essentially going to be really nice for him because it's going to give him a boost because he's got the W, so that also helps that. But also the fact that I feel like the magic damage on their team is winning their fights right now, and also it gives them right click and it basically sets them up for late game. Ah, no. Why, Necro? Damn it, he just bought his Rod of Atos. I guess he must have just not bought it during the fight. I feel like a Radiance would have been seriously powerful this game. Yes, there's one on the Wraith King, and it doesn't really offer you much survivability, but you've already gone double bracer, and you've got a Blink Dagger, so you've got the mobility, the tank ability, and the regeneration, not to mention the nuke damage.
Oh, Invoker's going on Axe.
Invoker's going to go on the Axe, but the Blade Mail, it's going to go down, unfortunately. Takes off about half the health of the Invoker. So, I feel that's a worthy kill.
Yeah, Axe sort of panicked there. If he'd run straight down, he might have survived, or at least
Yeah.
forced Invoker to come back in and maybe given the supports enough time to avenge him. But
Crystal Maiden come in, gonna get the root on, nice done, but Crystal Maiden's gonna get knocked back, and then there's a Dazzle. I hear that's a really strong combination for killing. The two supports just gonna scare the crap out of him.
he gets stunned on the down. Hey, they tried.
Yeah, okay, so Crystal Maiden popping her ult for a bit of farm there. I like this. The support's basically level 13 and level 14 respectively at 25 minutes. That's what you want to see. The gold, the net worth advantage is just barely even there, man. It's dead even net worth advantage. The experience advantage is heavily in the favor of Goon sack, which is what I like to see. Supports leveled highly, really nice there. So if the cores get killed off, the supports can actually do something. All the supports can actually, it's like the Crystal Maiden basically. Crystal Maiden can pop her ult, easy fucking target right there. Ooh, looks like Necrophos going in here. Jug just gonna pop his ult, and I wonder, dropping a rock.
What?
It's not the worst rock, but it is also a really shit rock.
They were disengaging and they had no chase. Like they needed
Yeah.
to hold it there.
Like, Warlock just sort of threw that shit down. I guess maybe he thought the rest of the team was there and is hoping that, you know, I'll pop the rock and then leave that. Also, the micro of the Warlock, you know, that's something that you had a bit of a hissy fit with the last time. Looks like internet's going on.
I do have a problem with Warlock Golem standing around not doing anything after being dropped, eh?
Okay.
All right, carry on.
Alright, I'm sorry about that, just a little bit of admin crap going on, guys. Essentially, there is no more time left for pauses on the dire side. Now, I haven't been timing it, but I did look at the clock when we first paused and unpaused, so it's not an exact measurement, but it looks like the dire side has been paused for longer than the allocated 15 minutes, which means that if they pause again, they'll be in a penalty for official rules and everything like that.
Focus ganking Necro bottom.
Necro just gonna pop down. So, interesting play there. If Necro pops his W, he doesn't actually take less damage because the magic damage from Invoker gets amplified. Ooh, nice call on the axe, catching the Invoker there. He doesn't really have the mana for a Ghost Walk either, but he's like, you know, not gonna die, I don't think.
He's still a race car.
Yep. Ooh, frozen! Ooh, axe not getting a dunk there. Crystal Maiden taking a nice easy kill there. Ooh, but really well played here from Wraith King, just going for the split push, realizing there's no point, we're not going to get there, so we'll at least push the tower and force you to TP back. Yeah, net worth sort of swinging in the Radiant's favour a little bit more. Oh, sorry, no, the Dire's favour a little bit more than anything. But the experience sort of tilting off, and it's tapering off, and this is the problem. Goonsec really needs to keep fighting like that, rather than letting the Invoker pick them off, because he's just got two easy pickoffs there.
Xing on Timber top, but he's realizing that's not a good idea.
Yeah, there's no team behind him. Like, he really needs a team. I'm also I'm a little bit, I wouldn't say annoyed, but I'd say a little disappointed that Goon didn't immediately push after the Warlock dropped his ult. Because they don't really have anything after that. They should have really just pushed, but the Invoker, I guess, caused a little bit of havoc elsewhere. So what do you reckon Goonsec needs to do when the Warlock ult is down, that they can really take advantage of it? Because he's got a Midas now, so he's going to slowly come back into this game.
I mean, they can do what they're doing now, which is Roche.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, Smokes get some wards up, which they seem to have none on the map at the moment.
Yep, looks like Necro going Shiva's just really going for that pure anti-physical damage, really countering the Wraith King. The unfortunate thing is Necro has sort of forgotten that he needs a bit more tankability for the magic damage as well. So I wouldn't be surprised to see like a pipe coming out from the Dazzle instead of a mech. But yeah, looks like they're going to take Roshan here, it's going to go to Jug, and they're going to rely on Jug for the physical damage, and Necro for that easy pick off, and also just sustain. I feel they need to push top or bottom, take those towers down, and just ignore the split pushing Invoker.
Bottom tower.
Uh-oh, Crystal Maiden in a bad spot here. She's gonna get away. Invoker just farming some illusions. Nothing
So
really.
he's going to pick up a Lincoln Sphere by the looks of it, which
Yeah.
I don't think the Rod of Ados on Necro is going to
Pop that straight away.
already counter that.
There's actually quite a few ones. There's the Crystal Maiden, the Dazzle, the Necrophos, the Axe 2 on Axe. Yeah, Net Rod of Atos, the Juggernaut ult accidentally doing it, the Fusel Blade. I don't feel like that's the best pickup actually. What would you reckon he should go? Maybe even in an Octarine Core or something, because he's pretty good with the spells, so I feel like if he can get more of them off in the fight, that might give him a bit more of an advantage. Not to mention the tank ability and lifesteal that comes with it.
It's probably just more of a BKB pickup than a Lincoln Sphere this game.
Yeah, I can see that too. There's a lot of magic damage on the team.
Well, just the annoying CM's route. It's pretty annoying, pretty hard to deal with.
Yeah, she's also got Midas and looks like she's going for a Yule Scepter. Nice, I like that. Just a bit of disruption there. Okay, finally, the boys on the Goon feel comfortable pushing, which is, pretty good. They've got an Aegis and everything. Juggernaut going to sprint. Ooh, nice core from the Axe. They're going to catch two. Unfortunately, there goes the Warlock ult, and it looks like Warlock's just going to pay with his life. And then the Necrophos, not quite picking the ultimate there, but they're just going to waste the ult, and they're going to lose a Timbersaw and a Warlock. Timbersaw's down for a long time too. Even with the Bloodstone, he's down for quite a while, and they really just need to push. There's an Ogre Magi to defend, and yeah, they could potentially lose Rax, but there's more of them. Dazzle's not there to help them push, but it's nice Axe call, just whiffing there a little bit. Looks like they're not going to go for this push. A little bit indecisive here. Juggernaut and Juggernaut and Axe staying back, and the Necrophos keeping bottom to prevent the Dire side from pushing in, and yeah, not really committing here. They've got to be a little bit careful. Looks like Crystal Maiden's going to go down. They really just need to let her die. Okay, looks like they counter-initiated. Unfortunately, they're going to probably throw away the Aegis here, because the Wraith is just going to Radiance down there. There goes the Crystal Maiden, and Axe is in a really bad spot now. Juggernaut has come back, but he's blinked out nicely, so ooh, going to spin to win. Axe is dead, and Crystal Maiden. So it's just hanging around a little bit too long there. They really needed to just stay as 5, I feel, and just take a Rax, and then pick off every hero that TP'd in, because Jug is going to go down here. Ooh. Dazzle is here.
Oh, and Wraith King has disconnected.
That is unfortunate. Juggernaut could turn around here and just actually pick off the Warlock. He really should. Yeah, there we go. He's going to just pick off the Warlock quite easily. Oh, and Necrophos coming in nicely with the Rod of Atos fruit there. Jug, you're in. Where's your ult, man? Jug not really ulting that. I'm not sure why he didn't ult. He could have ulted the Timbersaw and probably got him down to low enough health there. Necrophos got to be really careful. He doesn't have mana to do anything. I'm like, what's he doing? Like, what's his plan here? Yeah, I guess he's just gonna die.
Transition into dying.
Yeah. That was, I feel, pretty poorly played from the boys in the Goon. The Juggernaut could have easily picked off the Ogre Magi a lot easier there. He didn't notice that the Wraith King disconnected probably, and he's just panicking. But he could have turned around and probably gotten on the Timbersaw or the Warlock, easily picked them off. And then they could have transitioned into an actual stronger fight, because the Dazzle got insta-gipped by the Timbersaw. So it looks like the boys in Isis going to be pushing in a stronger and stronger advantage. Rock is down, so they need to do something. It's going to be up in 7 seconds though, so it's still unfortunate. Uh-oh, Dazzle going to have to grave himself. Axe getting a nice call, going to drag him up to the ramp. Let's see if he does. Okay, so yeah, he dragged him up, but he dragged him up into a world of pain. So unfortunately...
Yeah, I don't think that Jeffrey's going to stop them somehow.
Yeah. Oh, well, it looks like Wraith King getting a double kill there quite easily, picked off. A Crystal Maiden in just a world of hurt now. This is really unfortunate. So this is kind of why I wanted to see like a Radiance on the Necrophos, so he could play that really long, drawn-out fight kind of game. They really need to just wait. They need to wait till everyone's around and they've got a good initiation. Jug needs to also use his ultimate on a hero that probably can't escape from it, just so they can get the pick off, because the Rock is still there. They've got the Warlock ult. So this is a really bad engage, and it's basically just all on Isis and how they decide to engage us. Timbersaw just tanking really nicely there. Oh, okay. Wraith King getting the initiation on the Jug, who's going to have to spin. Nice use of the Shrines there to just keep him in the fight for a little bit longer.
It also saves running into that Sunstrike.
Yeah. Ooh, nice counter initiation there. Ooh, but the BKB on the Wraith King essentially just negating majority of that the mana burn damage there. So this is the point where the axe goes in. Nicely done. Grave up on the Juggernaut there. Warlock dropping the rock. Necropho's not getting to use his ult. He really wants to use his ult. Who's he going to get? He's not going to get anyone. Fortunately, Wraith King popping his ult and coming back to life. Necropho's just barely in this. Crystal Maiden popping her ult. Oh, really well done there. Grave coming out on the Necrophos, and Necrophos going to throw the Rod of Atos. Probably going to get the kill on the Timbersaw there. Yes, he does get the kill on the Timbersaw. So it's a really good defense there from the boys and the Goonsack. Messy fight. Messy fight, though. Can't wait to see the fight recap. Where is it? Where is it?
Yeah, and if you didn't catch it, Jug popped his ult on Ogre and Warlock off to the side.
Did he get them? Looks like he did.
Yeah,
actually.
yeah,
that's a really good play.
Ogre and Warlock got collateral.
Couple of
by something,
Midases.
I believe.
Couple of Midases using that fight. That was a really powerful Crystal Maiden ult, I feel like. Looks like Crystal Maiden getting a bit far forward here. I feel like she's confident because she has a team behind her though. Invoker just creating all the space. Yeah, here we go. Octarine Core. That's kind of what I was getting at. Not a Lincoln's, just because like Octarine Core allows you to throw a lot more spells into the fight, so you're actually more useful rather than a BKB which just prevents it. Because his positioning has been pretty good this game.
So Radiance run mid, and Invoker has
picked off the courier. Cargo
it also
network.
stalled the wave so that their team has enough time to hopefully respawn now.
Looks like Juggernaut not really going to get his items. Who? There's 1,000 net worth. I wonder who that was. Ooh, nice disjoint there from the Juggernaut, but unfortunately going to be burnt by get a mana burn. No mana boots on the side of the Radiant except for Dazzle. Necrophos just going to be pushing bottom a little bit. This is a bit dangerous. Necrophos is in a really bad spot here. If he gets gone on there, he's just dead. Like, he'll last a long time, but he'll get us all his mana burn and everything.
This'll come in handy.
Yeah, Boys and Isis just sort of outplaying Goonsack right now. Goonsack not really being able to take their advantages that they have, not realizing that they have them, I guess.
Yeah, they did sit back too far, and despite the early lead, the net worth advantage is quite heavily in Dire's favour.
Ooh, it looks like this is just going to be an easy Crystal Maiden pick off here. I like how he's just waiting, he's not instantaneously revealing himself, just in case there is an enemy hero around. So, really well played on the Invoker there, because you can't just throw the game quite easily there. Alright, looks like he's just going to go. Decided to go on the axe, because there is no counter initiation after the axe is in. Jug spinning for winning. Invoker hasn't TP'd out yet. There's a Sunstrike. Looks like Invoker just trying to create space for Wraith King so that Wraith King becomes just ridiculous. Oh, looks like there's a nice... They're going to go on the... He's going to go on the Necrophos there. He's going to get graved up, which...
Just delaying the inevitable here.
Basically. He's not going to get the kill on the Ogre Magi, unfortunately. So, this is the problem with going for, like, I feel like Shiva's Guard and Rod of Ados. It's like, yeah, you survive a little bit more of the attacks, but if you're not with your team, it's just useless. Radiance, on the other hand, means that you're forced to go aggressive. Blink Radiance is really powerful on Necro because it gives you right-click damage and lots of also like sustain in fights because of the mischance. Forces BKBs and other items out on the opponents. Jug just spinning here, trying to get into a little bit of a good spot. Looks like he might actually be able to get the Wraith King, but unfortunately, yeah, he's just got too much mana. Jug ulting. Jug is ulting, then Invoker, they're not really getting a kill. Axe probably going to go down here, getting blasted down by the Ogre. Warlock dropping the rock. Juggernaut probably going to get the Warlock. Yes, gets an easy kill on the Warlock there. Necrophos coming in. He needs to be a little bit careful. He does have his ult. No, he doesn't have his ult. Also, something else that would have been nice on the Necro would have been a Scepter. Just because of the amount of fighting that they were doing with low heroes, would have put a lot less strain on his ultimate being used. He wouldn't have had to save it for really strong targets. Looks like maybe Grave coming out. Nope, Juggernaut not going to get Grave. Grave still not on cooldown. Maybe it just came off cooldown. There goes the Dazzle, and the Wraith King's not even bothered. His ult's back up off cooldown already. And this is the power of Wraith King late game. He's just one of these, if you don't kill him within the next 30 seconds, essentially, he comes back to life.
Yeah, that's
that 40 seconds delay, 40 second cooldown. Whoa. This looks like it's game. Just, it was really even. It feels like the same game. It's just that Goon probably came into a little bit. It sort of started happening a lot later. Because at first, basically, yeah, it was an even game, and then, you know, came to mid game and they actually came back into it and it was pretty even after that. But then after, I don't know, a couple of fights, they must have forgotten that they had like a big net worth advantage. It looks like Red King just toying with the Juggernaut there. Ooh, nice fight there from the inside. But Wraith King's come back to life like 6 times now in this phase. Holy Jesus. Also, something to notice is the Boots of Travel pick up on a couple of the areas on the dire side, realizing that when the Radiant had that stronger team fight, if they had have used that team fight, the only counter would have been something like Splinter. So just realizing that they've got to be in a bit better situation. Looks like they're finally going to take the Mega Creeps. Is there anything they can really do to come back from this?
No. This game's...
Oh!
This game's over. It was... Yeah, I don't know, they just failed to get anything out of the early game.
And Wraith King's ult is back off cooldown.
Yep.
So Wraith King is essentially just not able to die. Well, you have 40 seconds to kill him when he's got level 3. Like, if you can't do that, then you're just not going to be able to win the game. Invoker just spamming a couple of refreshers here, just having fun. Goonsake just sort of waiting a little bit there.
Didn't make it. Radiant's mid tower.
Yeah, I'd definitely say it was Invoker's split pushing and general shenanigans that have kept their team in the game and even brought it back around. I mean, Wraith King's been somewhat reliable, but he was definitely a bit slow out the gate.
Yeah, Wraith King not really like, we're not really doing that much in the early game, but it was more just that, like the Invoker pulled through, and Wraith King sort of, you know, he's doing what he's doing late game. He's just dying and coming back to life. Also the
should get nagged on him. That would be hilarious.
Yeah. Ooh, Bloodthorn coming out on them. Looks like the Warlock as well. The Warlock not really doing too much except for that one fight where they pulled a really nice.
Well, that's what amazes me is they managed to do this. As I said, it's Invoker and Wraith King that did pretty much everything this game.
Timbersaw was sort of there.
Very little from. I mean, he was there, but he was more of a punching bag. Whereas, like, you know, Ogre's not done heaps. Warlock did next to nothing.
Yeah. All right. I'm just gonna have a chat with the captains and stuff and put a bit of an in-between game on. Did you want to do some after game analysis at all, Mace, or did you just want to just?
Nah, I'm chill. We're not that serious here, man.
Dude, man, this is like full-on production value.
Make me some figurines and a map, and maybe.
You're great at you're the one with the art skills, man. You better be drawing some posters and shit. Alright, I'm just gonna pop you on mute again, so prepare thyself. Alright guys, so yeah, just as I was saying before, just gonna talk to the captains to see if they want to go for that third game. Otherwise, that'll be it, but I'm pretty sure we'll go for the third game and see if this kind of what's going to happen. Hopefully Goon second coming back, bring it back into the game. As I said, yeah, they've been better. They're much better than the last game, but I'm still, once again, just not really realizing when they have that advantage. So I'm just going to pop on some music and set up the lobby, and we'll get going as soon as we're ready. Alright guys, so this will be potentially the final game between Goon and ISIS. Looks like Goon just wanted to play this game. So we're going to do this final third game. Now this will either, if this goes in the favor of Goonsack, then there will be 2 more games to be played. Sorry, best of 2, and the winner of that will take the prize money home, and also the bragging rights. Looks like ISIS have won 2 in a row, which is pretty good for them. Just gonna get my co-caster to jump in here. Mace, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Sweet. So just going over real quick, ISIS winning 2 in a row, basically acknowledging their advantages and really pushing and taking advantage of their advantages to push further ahead and also at some points come back into the game. Goonsack doing that as well, but I don't feel doing quite as well as ISIS did, specifically with around the mid game, maybe mid to late game, not really pushing and not really abusing the advantages that Warlock ult was down and things like that.
Yeah, no, well put. That's yeah, just failing to capitalise, not making the most of what they had. Summed that up pretty well.
In all fairness, like it's much easier for us to see this because we're the caster, so we can see the net worth and literally see, oh, this team has an advantage, this one doesn't. For them, it's a lot more difficult being in the game as well. So it's not like we're saying, oh, yeah, they're bad players. It's much more difficult because they're also under quite a bit of pressure as well. So just naturally Shadow Fiend and Axe ban coming out. I think the Axe is more of a respect ban actually, just seeing how powerful it was that last game. And then the Magnus Ursa ban coming up from Goonsack because they just do not want to play against that, which is fair enough, man. I don't want to play Magnus Ursa. Looks like sort of the flavor of the ODL is really Warlock, Ogre Magi, and Crystal Maiden.
Yeah. Do you think we'll see anything interesting in here? Maybe another Pugna pickup, or
Dude, Pugna is always picked first. That's just how it rolls here.
Reserve time.
I wouldn't
some
mind
more
seeing a
Darkseer,
Visage.
maybe?
The Curse of the Darkseer. I wouldn't mind seeing ISIS pick it up and actually or like Goonsack. I just wouldn't mind a team picking it up and really winning with it because there's the Curse of the Darkseer and then there's also the Curse of, who else is it? I think the Visage. Multiple teams have picked up Visage and they just really haven't been able to do much with it. Like they'll do really well mid and early and mid game, and then it's like comes late game and it's like, oh, Visage versus like a Drow Ranger or something, and Visage just gets shit on.
So they're putting a lot of thought into the second pick, heading into their reserve time.
There he is! Picking up the Bristleback, kind of just going, you know what, let's go Bristleback. I'm assuming they're probably going to pick up that CM again, go for that really aggressive offlane, and just crush the enemy carry and just never take their foot off the throat. Because if they win this, that'll be a huge high for them, I feel, you know. Like,
10 seconds to
we're
go.
on this really big sort of, oh, we just won the last game. Boys, we can still bring it back. And then they can sort of theory craft and everything over the next couple of days before the next game.
And the Timber.
Yeah. Timber, good counter picks for Bristleback.
10 seconds to go.
Not to mention, well, okay, we saw the Timber from last game, though. So if that's the same player,
5 seconds.
I don't know, man.
Dyer's
He did do a bit of work a bit later on in the game, but at the start he just did not realize his lane. Ooh, I feel like they should pick up the Necro again, but play him a lot more aggressively.
10 seconds to go.
Because Bristleback can deal out the damage. You go Blink and, you know, Scepter on the
5
Necrophos,
seconds.
and you just crush, man.
Reserve time.
Invoker ban coming out. That's more of a respect ban, you reckon? I mean, it's a strong hero.
Invoker was one of my MVPs last game, so.
Yeah.
Dyer's ban. Ten seconds to go. 5 seconds. Radiant's pick.
Oof, anti-mage ban coming out. They really don't like playing against that hero, eh?
Yeah, I mean, well, that's what they want. Go for it, really. But
10 seconds to go.
I don't know if Magnus out of the pool, anti-mage.
5 seconds.
I guess no one's like, been particularly good at finishing games overly early,
Reserve
so
time.
leaving him in the pool is probably a mistake.
Yeah, that's true. And Timage is like really strong here as well. Like he's one of the most solid carries I feel in the current meta.
Disruptor.
Ooh,
Dyer's pick.
that's not a bad pickup, Disruptor.
He's pretty good at controlling Timbersaw if you get your good glimpse off into a static storm. It's pretty hard to escape as a Timber, but
Yeah, it's not too bad. Also gives them quite strong teamfight presence. Also something to
10
not forget.
seconds to go.
Bristleback and Ogre can frontline while Disruptor sits in the back, and Disruptor can just wait for
5
that perfect
seconds.
ultimate initiation. And personally, I feel like the Goonsack have probably had a lot better team fighting than ISIS have.
Reserve time.
In the sense that the ISIS individual plays are a bit stronger, but as a whole, Goonsack definitely, you know, like the Crystal Maiden will ult at the right time and things like that. And it's leaning back to like that Warlock basically not knowing when to ult. And in the previous game, there's also a few scenarios like that where they basically just whiff their team fight. So Disruptor, I'm really looking forward to seeing that. Ooh,
Radiant's
Venge.
pick.
She get any buffs? You love that hero, don't you?
I haven't played it for a while. But yeah, it's one of the heroes I've done better with in the past. At a glance, I think from memory, Vengeance already got a small nerf of like a
10
couple of
seconds
percent.
to go.
Yeah, that's true. Ooh, but I wonder if the
5
Vengeful,
seconds.
like, oh, do you remember the Venge Legion Commander cheese? God, that was broken. Good 70% win rate
Reserve
there.
time.
Do you think though, what they're picking Venge just to the ultimate, the minus armor's not really all that impactful for Warlock and Timber at this stage.
Oh, they get the Slark pickup.
Dyer's pick.
Nice. I guess they banned out the Juggernaut because they didn't want to face the Juggernaut again, which left Slark in the pool. Slark is a really strong pickup here. He's also a good anti-counter to Bristleback. So Bristleback normally, if you're facing a Bristleback, Slark actually is quite good against them once Slark gets a few items.
10 seconds
Not to mention
go.
in the early phases as well, a wand is extremely useful on Slark because you can naturally
5
regenerate health
seconds.
once you hit level 6, and you basically have a free source of mana whenever you go on the Bristleback. So
Reserve
Slark is a really
time.
good pickup, and it sort of complements the Bristleback there, because Bristleback is just going to go ham, and if they either have to focus Bristleback or Slark or Ogre Magi, whoever the hell they have to focus, and if they focus one, the other's going to start dishing out the deeps. So I'm looking for a counter pickup Bloodseeker here, man, because Bloodseeker does pure damage, which isn't reduced by Bristleback's actual Bristleback just because of the way that it works. Not to mention Bloodseeker is actually pretty good against Slark. It is going to be a really odd pick. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I don't believe, but I like your optimism.
It's like, no! Bloodseeker into Dagon, that's what's up. But yeah, a Bloodseeker wouldn't be a bad pickup. No, it wouldn't be a great pickup, it'd be an interesting pickup. Oh, okay, that's not a bad pickup either. Like,
Radiant's ban.
we're gonna watch this game, and we're gonna watch the lane and Slark, and just gonna watch that if like Sand King gets a couple of good lucky caustic finales, Slark is just screwed in lane. So Sand King's actually a really strong pickup against the Slark if there's any other hero in there to
10
complement the Sand
seconds
King.
to go.
So if the Sand King is in
5
lane against
seconds.
Slark, so basically with the Venge or the Timsaw, then Slark will have a really hard time getting last hits or getting farm.
Reserve time.
Otherwise, I reckon Slark versus a Timbersaw, and Bristleback doesn't care about Caustic Finale.
So what do you think? You think the Venge is the carry of this game then, of this lineup?
No, I think Venge isn't. I think it's going to be a Sand King mid.
10 seconds
Because
to go.
the boys in the Goon have got a very definitive lineup. The Warlock's 100% is a fault.
5
There's no way he's
seconds.
running that. Venge could definitely go there, but Venge could go mid as well. Looks like a TA ban coming out in Goon. Usually ban a TA if you're going to go for like, Shadow Fiend is one of them, or Silencer or something like that. Some hero that can get blown up really quickly. Hell yeah, Silencer wouldn't be a bad pick up this game actually. Okay, Quap being banned out, and yeah, instantly picked into a Lina. Ooh, okay, so sorry, Lina mid. You're right, Venge might be the carry. Maybe they're just not going to have a carry and they're just going to go, you know what, we'll just play you and beat you in nuke. Because they got a shit ton of nuke on their side. Holy crap.
10 seconds to go.
Well, I mean, it was a thing in the Chinese scene,
5
wasn't
seconds.
it? That was doing Venge carry pretty heavily last
yeah,
last patch.
It's not like it's... Oh... I guess I just go for the tri-core lineup. So Slark will be safe, Sniper probably mid, Bristleback off lane by himself, Disruptor and Ogre Magi keeping Slark in there, UGTFO, Sand King off lane, Timbersaw mid, Venge, Warlock, Lina mid, sorry, Timbersaw, Warlock, Venge, just going as a safe lane, just wombo combo. What the fuck? Maybe Timbersaw's gonna jungle.
I know, like, normally I wouldn't like a sniper pick into a Sand King or a Timber or a Venge, anyone that can close that distance, but with Bristleback and Slark running around on the front line, I don't think
That's not
they're
a
going to have a lot
bad
of time
pickup.
to focus them, eh?
Okay, but there's also on the flip side, like, I see where you're coming from. Like, if the Goonsec get a bit of farm and they get their advantage, oh yeah, they've got this, just by basically, as you said, they've got the frontliners and they've got the really strong backline. But if ISIS snowball even a little too much, that Sniper and that Slark are food.
Yeah, that's a pretty scary combo of Warlock ult into
Everybody get
Epicenter
set.
or vice versa, really.
Yeah, I'm kind of more scared about the Disruptor ults into Bristleback just pounding on your nether regions. Ooh, looks like there's a smoke out from the boys in ISIS, kind of wanted to get this early advantage. They have to though. They got I feel like they got a stronger level 1. Actually, no. It's even. I would say it's probably even. Looks like Lina mid and Sniper mid. Yeah. The mid's basically going to be determined by who gets the first couple of last hits and denies and who controls the wave a bit better. Looks like Slark going to be down the bottom here. No cosmetics. Ah, what a scrub, man. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, 3 level 1
ISIS.
stuns and a heal. I don't know, I wouldn't want to miss
Yeah,
with
but
that,
that's
eh?
what I was going to say. If the Bristleback was here, okay, you're dead.
Oh,
You haven't even leaped.
That's-
Oh,
there you
that's
go.
so dead. That's so dead.
First blood.
Like, you just don't even come into this. I was going to say Shrapnel and Bristleback's Cool Spray is actually pretty powerful if combined, right? But Slark doesn't even level up Pounce, and as Slark you always level up Pounce just because one, it's an aggressive or it's a defensive option, and if you level up Dark Pact to purge all those stuns and everything, you might as well have leveled up Pounce and just dodged him in the first place. So a little bit of a misplay from Slark there, but not really too much lost. There is a bit of a net worth in the favour of
yeah,
the dire
he
side.
could have escaped then. They didn't chain their stuns particularly well. I think there was a bit of miscommunication between Sand King and Lena as to who was going to go second. He could have had it out there.
Yeah. But then if he
Yeah,
did,
lost
he'd have
it.
to run back to base anyway. I mean, he would have just not fed a couple hundred gold, but it's not the worst. It is bad, but at least it's out of the way. It looks like seriously aggressive offlane here with the Warlock, Venge, and Sand King, and then Lina mid and Timbersaw just up in the top in the offlane. UGTFO is usually the offlaner. Okay, so yeah, they're just preying on Slark here. I don't know what he's doing either. You cannot go against that. There is no way. The Ogre and the Disruptor have to soften them up a lot before you get anything done. Bristleback getting crushed in lane by the Whirling Death here. Good choice from the Timbersaw to not skill up until he got in lane to see who he's against.
Yeah, I'd like to note that the Disruptor with the kinetic field isn't going to be able to contribute a whole lot to the lane
Yeah,
either. I mean, they don't really want to hold anyone in place. They need the damage. Sniper's taking a bit of damage from Lena right clicks here.
Yeah, so
it's
that's
what I
really not
call
what
a
you want to
good
be
trade.
doing. you can take damage from the oh goodness gracious. Okay, there's no Dragon Slave, so Lena's gonna be Sniper's gonna be right, but just barely. He's got to pop a cell straight away, and like yeah, Lena can just come back in and keep right clicking you. She'll take a couple of tower hits, but Sniper really wants to control the lane a lot better than this. So if he pops shrapnel, he loses lane control, but he also possibly gets a kill. So like I said, whoever's controlling the lane better is basically going to win this matchup. Timbersaw leading last hits. Next is Lena, Slark, and Bristleback all in the same one. So not seriously anyone just dominating a lane. There was one game where there's an anti-mage mid and he absolutely crushed, man. But they didn't actually win that game, so... Ooh, looks like Ven just found the Ogre. Both level 1. Ogre actually closer to level 2, so... Slark, oh, not gonna do much there. Slark just picking up a pro-man shield. Ooh, okay, so this is what I'm talking about. Okay, no. Sniper has to be really careful here. He can get the kill, but Lena can get the kill right back as well. Okay,
I feel
so...
like if he had a pounce that Venge, they could have had a pretty quick kill there before the other two had time to rotate over. But...
that would have probably been a decent enough kill. Also something to note, Lena cancelled her salve and her bottle by walking into Sniper Shrapnel, which is a little bit of a misplay, but she's still kind of winning that lane.
Yeah, she's now bottle growing with a very slow walking courier.
But she's got this lane essentially. Sniper is just got no hit points. Dragon Slave will kill him. Okay, looks like he's popping a salve there. And it gets cancelled!
Oh, that's
Defeals, and he's got another one, a backup salve. Okay, so yeah, that's just something you always do is you salve way out of range, just in case it gets cancelled. Slark probably wants to put this next point into the Essence Shift, and then slowly sneak a couple of last hits, but this is what I was meaning. Oh, okay. He'll be fine there, but the problem is that, yeah, he can't contest last hits because of Caustic for now, and he can't go aggressive. Sorry, Jesus getting a nice kill on mid there. Ooh, okay, well played. So Sniper gonna probably get into a bit more of an advantage lead here. Well played by the Ogre coming in there. But this is what I was saying, so Slark really can't be aggressive because it's Caustic for now. He can't actually go on the Sand King because of the support from the other heroes. So it's a pretty hard lane for the Slark in all honesty, so all he's got to do is sit back and get experience. What do you reckon, man? What do you reckon? How's shit looking?
Yeah, I'm still not good for Radiant at the moment. Snipers, yeah, though they got that kill then,
Ooh, Sniper's
still
dead.
Real poor.
Radiant's mid tower.
Like, he spent most of his income on sustain, which has all been cancelled. He's only got a Wraith into his name, whereas Lena, although dying, has been putting money into items, so she's still much better off than he is.
He also just sort of got killed mid there. Just a little bit of a... Like, the Sniper's not respecting the Lena. She's the reason she's very heavily picked is because she just dominates the lane. Slark probably going to go down here, really nice channel stuns. And they've got the damage over time. Slark's gone. Nice purge of all the damage over time there as well. But yeah, the Caustic Finale, I don't think it's purgeable.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what ticked off on him just then.
So as the Sniper, she's got double damage. You can't even go past the lane because she doesn't need to do anything. She just right click you. Oh, okay, nice. Done. No, bye bye. So Sniper's getting absolutely crushed mid. I feel like the lane should probably have not been this. It maybe should have been the Bristleback or something. Yeah. Ooh, okay. Ogre Magi gonna get a nice kill at the top there with help from the Bristleback.
Trouble brewing at Radiant's bottom.
But yeah, Lena's absolutely destroying mid. They need to put a permanent support there, which would render Slark's lane much harder, and just abandon Slark's lane because he's not getting any farm anyway. So just at least secure the Sniper's farm and get some kills with him. What do you reckon, man?
Trouble brewing at Radiant's bottom tower.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the more they sit mid, the more everywhere else loses, continues to lose as well. Though. Hey, this was sort of what you said at the beginning. They don't get a good start. They are just going to be food.
And looks like
both lanes being pushed in as a support. Where do you go? Do you save the Sniper being dove by the Lena, or do you save by the Slark being dove by the Warlock?
I feel like the support should just go mid. This is one of those rare scenarios where, like, even if I was in the safe lane, I'd just say go mid, protect the Sniper, and make sure the Sniper gets kills. Because Sniper actually has kill potential, whereas Slark has none. Slark will die before he gets a kill in that lane.
I mean, yeah, I mean, a smoke wraparound on Alina, she's not exactly got a lot of escape.
Well, that's the thing.
You
They
probably
just did it
lose a
before.
support to Laguna,
Well-
but it's still a good trade.
Yeah, that's true. But they did it before with the Ogre Magi. So with another hero, obviously they should be able to get it. Oh, it looks like Ogre Magi is going to get a nice ignite here on the Avengers. We're just getting a bit of blocks as well. This is good. Sniper needs to pop his shrapnel straight away. Okay, it looks like he doesn't have any charges. Ah, goodbye, Sniper. And they do get the kill, so kill going the way of Ogre Magi, not any other carries, so not really getting any farm. This could be a stomp.
Bad shape.
The later it gets, I feel like the more it goes in the favor of Goonsec just because of their heroes, but then again, it's sort of like, you know, if your heroes are poor as shit, you still can't do anything.
Towers getting banged up.
And so Lena just sort of having a bit of banter there. Oh, nicely done by the sniper killing the Timbersaw. That's really well played.
Yeah, I didn't catch how was that set up by Bristleback?
That was
the
set up by
Timber trying
Bristleback.
to dive Bristle and Sniper TP top as
Yeah.
a save.
Bristle threw pretty much, Timbersaw threw everything he had at Bristle, and Bristle got quite a few cool
watch
sprays.
Sniper again, we got 2 seconds on Laguna.
Okay, and it doesn't even need to land the stun. He's just dead. He needs to be a lot more cautious now. It's not really something he can do though. That's the problem. He needs to be in a lane where they can see the enemies the whole time. Bristleback getting a decent amount of farm here. Nothing super serious. Yeah, it looks like we're having quite a few net issues this game, which is unfortunate, but
I mean,
That's
Dunedin
nothing
is
to do.
confirmed a third world country, so it's sort of to be expected when
Yeah.
your internet is delivered by courier pigeons.
it's not quite like that. Yeah, so the internet here just not really working the best. It's like he's level 4. This is really sad game right now. It's very, very, just very, very heavily in favor of Dire side right now. I feel the late game is much stronger on Goonsec, but they've got to get there with at least some items. They're just not being able to do that currently.
All right.
Yeah, there's not really an item of any particular significance on Radiance at the moment, which is not ideal.
This is also the problem with the Lena, sorry. Lena gets like a bit of an advantage, and she just like snowballs completely out of control. Oh, Sand King channeling his alt bottom. Looks like he failed horribly.
Really, you just walk away.
Yeah, like it's not like they can do anything. Slark's still level 4. He's probably going to get like a go for that. The jungle talon, iron talon. Sorry, the jungle talon. Basically, you know what I mean. He's going to go for that and probably try and get some levels in the jungle with some safe farm. Maybe get level 6 and then hopefully get some really good engagements using his ultimate and with sniper as well. They can still get some good fights going off here with the bristleback in the front. He's still a bristleback and it's still a sniper and it still is a Slark. So I feel like if the team fight goes horribly for them, the next big team fight they have, I mean, ignoring all pickles, for the next big team fight they have, I feel like that's going to determine who wins the game, really. Because if Radiant can't get a good team fight there, then they're just going to get clobbered. Like, there's absolutely really nothing they can do at that point. So Slark just getting some much needed farm now.
We got Mana Boots just finished up on Timbersaw. He's going to start getting scary. I mean, Ogre's already sort of afraid of him.
Level 4 Ogre.
Radiant's
Nice.
towers coming up.
At least the supports are pretty alright level, but like, the supports are the same level as the cores. That's what I think the sad thing is. Sniper level 7, so
Radiant's mid towers getting banged up. Radiant's mid towers.
at least he's got levels, but yeah, that's just not really well played there by the sniper. He might be able to make it out of this if he jukes into the trees there. Okay, nicely done. Oh, and they're going to get the counter kill, and this is... Come on, Bristleback, yeah! Okay, so that's a large kind of that is quite a worthy kill there. So 483 going to the bristleback. You wanted it to go to the sniper ideally, but nothing super special there. So sniper not getting killed, and any kill on the side of Radiant is absolutely amazing right now, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, man, it delays Sand King's dagger ever so slightly. Although I think that diff only cost him about 150 gold, so he's not too sad yet. Bristleback getting a bit excited on Timber in top lane. Sniper is back up, but he's still a bit soft.
Yeah, so sniper is definitely gonna be able to do the damage.
It's at this point of the game though where you know, if a disconnected player who's just come back, I mean, you've got two really low level supports that could be controlling a much more valuable hero than themselves.
Yeah, but it is still, like, it's still an admin thing, and like I hate to do it, but you can't just break the rules because of a
No,
team.
no, not that, but like, you know,
yeah, that's like they can control it.
They can still control it. I mean,
if it was a team fight, I'd be like a little bit more hesitant, and I'd be like, okay, look, from now on you lost the team fight because that player disconnected. That is actually an unfair advantage. So, you know, I'd give them one pause. But if it was just like you disconnected in a random game, then no, unfortunately. Okay, looks like they're gonna go for gank, and Lena just picking up the disruptor. But this does mean that Lena doesn't really have much more damage left in her. Yeah, Bristleback has to be a bit cautious there. He's got the Vanguard, but Disruptor's just getting absolutely massacred there. Kind of front-lining for some reason instead of the Bristleback. I feel like that was probably the bad play there. If Bristleback was on the front, he could have maybe turned for the Liquidating Blade. Slark would have been careful. He has at level 6 though, so he's getting somewhere. He's going for a Midas. I think that's a good play, because they're going to win the late game, so they're going to win the late game, or they're just not going to win at all. Okay, Bristleback better be a bit cautious here. Ooh, dropping the rock, and, you know, Timbersaw just not going down. Nice swap by Venge, taking Timbersaw out of the fight, just making sure that he's going to come back to save himself. But Timbersaw was probably okay in that fight, but dropping the rock just for security, so really well played there. That was a much better rock drop, I think. What do you reckon, Mace?
Yeah, just watch him not ditch Terry grow and lose it to tower shots, but I mean, it's the best rock usage we've seen in this series.
Oh no, come on, there was better rock usages in the previous games. I definitely say, like, oh no, okay, yeah, between these two teams, yes, okay, but last games were actually not bad. Between the other series, I think between Goon and who was it? P Squad. That was some pretty good rocks there, man.
Oh, there's Slark's Midas for you.
Yeah, so
Sand King's got his dagger too, so I don't know, I think it's still scary for Radiant here.
I'm coming back to it. Midas was nerfed, but it is a good recognition from Slark going, hey look, you know, I could go a Shadow Blade, we could start getting pickles, we could turn this. But in all honesty, I've had such a shit start, I need to catch up Midas, and we're either going to win late game or we're just not going to win regardless. We can't contest him right now, we'll just get picked off. He could possibly go for the pick off, but the only hero he can maybe kill is a Warlock. Because Sand King's going to be fine. And the Sniper is kind of doing some work. Nothing super serious, but he is doing some work. Got that second Wraith Band. Looks like he's going for a, basically just maxing Ring of Aquila. I've seen this build before. It is a very odd build, but it's a lot of stat efficiency. Aquila gives you some of the best stat efficiency for an agility hero. Looks like Timbersaw just aiding and killing Bristleback to the bottom. This is one of the powerful things about Timbersaw. That Willing Death basically just crushes, man.
Radiant's bottom towers seen better days.
So,
has Sand King revealed his dagger to Radiant?
Ooh, okay, Slark, you're gonna probably get a pick off here. Nice. Ooh, Sand King, there we go, there's the reveal. Yeah, so he didn't reveal the Blink Dagger, I don't think. But, nice TP out from Sniper, just being safe. But, yeah, revealing the Blink Dagger there.
I think, Radiant needs to invest more in infused raindrops this game.
Yeah.
Sniper's got one, but I reckon the others would benefit quite heavily from it. They don't have a lot of low damage magic, so they're not going to be wasting charges.
Well, that's the thing as well. The Slark, he had a couple, and they just got burnt through so damn quickly at bottom lane. But yeah, I can definitely see that raindrops actually being one of the ways to come back into this. Basically just negating a large portion of their damage. They're really cheap. They are essentially disposable, but that's something you got to do at a certain point.
I mean, they've been
couple of things
drinking
coming up.
themselves like no tomorrow, so not against using consumables.
And one of them could eventually maybe go into an Urn of Shadows. Looks like they're pinging out the Bristleback. There's no one around, so Timbersaw can't go on him by himself. He'll definitely be able to do some damage, but Bristleback could possibly come in with a potential kill if he just so if Timbersaw got a bit too aggressive and missed a couple of chakrams like he kind of is now. And he can just TP out as well, saving himself. Looks like Slark just dodging the rock completely. That's the best rock of the game right there. Bloodlust as well. We keep forgetting Bloodlust, but Bloodlust and Sniper, remember how ridiculously powerful that was? Okay, look, Sniper's getting a couple of bits of damage on the bench. You're not going to get that kill there, but he probably could have gone for a bit more of it. If he'd gone a bit more aggressive, he could have got the kill, but then again, he could have also died. Good play from Lena, just securing that kill by Light Strike Array.
What do you think her next item is?
Lena?
2k gold. Yeah.
I'm thinking like a Blink Dagger or something that can make her extremely aggressive. Okay, Slark kind of being in the wrong spot here because this is exactly what the Sand King wants. Oh, Sand King going to get a double on the 2 supports, which is not what you want. Disruptor going to probably go down from the Caustic Finale check here.
Yeah, he's dead.
So they're trading a Sniper and Disruptor for a Warlock. It's not great, but it's something. They're probably going to get this the Golem as well. Oh no, they don't get the Golem. Slark popping his ult.
Trouble brewing at Radiant's bottom.
Yeah, I feel like the Sniper was in a pretty bad spot chasing there. He kind of came round to try and engage in the fight, but the Lena had cut him off there. I think Lena going to go for Bloodsun. There we go. I was going to say Bloodsun or Octarine Core. She really needs just something to give her a large amount of stats.
Radiant's mid tower's getting banged up. Radiant structures must have been fortified. Radiant's mid tower.
Well, on the upside for Radiant, they might get their first tier 1 kill of the game.
Yeah, but at what cost? Okay, so Sniper could probably turn and fight this, but he's got to be really careful. Looks like he's ulting the Lena, which is not really the best ult target, I feel like, because it's not actually going to get a kill. It does force her out of the fight. But yeah, a little bit of disengage. I feel if they focused their efforts there a little bit more, they probably could have come away with maybe 1 kill that fight. But still, no deaths is a win for Goonsec right now. And still no tier 1, right?
Yeah, no, not close.
Looks like they're going to go on the Timbersaw. Probably the tankest, toughest hero to kill. Yeah, maybe other than the Sand King with invisibility, but he has burnt all his mana, so they could possibly get a kill here. Oh, no. Looks like they're just going to get Snipers and farm. Sand King just farming away, doing Sand King things. You reckon Scepter's coming up next on him? Or Veil?
I think the team would benefit more from Veil.
Yeah. But this is sort of one of those, ahead, get more ahead, and the Scepter initiation range is absolutely insane.
And it's definitely more fun.
Oh yeah,
which is a big part of the game, really.
that's really all that's important. Okay, so Slark really wanted to use his Midas here. He's running into the enemy jungle, like not realizing that it's all clean. There was a creep camp right next to him. Unfortunately, he didn't see that because he couldn't. Venge and Lena probably going to get a nice pick off here on the Ogre. Really well played by the Lena, getting a nice timing of the Light Strike Array there with the Yule Scepter, and she's got a Bloodstone now. Okay, so Isis under very well impressions that typing GG early on is actually really bad manner. Okay, Slark got to be a bit careful here. He does have a TP, but yeah, he just popped his ult now, which basically means he's screwed. So the way to fight that, to escape that, was basically to run to the trees and leap over and just immediately TP and just pray that she doesn't Light Strike Array you. Or force out the Light Strike Array using a Dark Pact and then pop your ult and TP.
Well, just don't invade the enemy jungle to Midas a single creep.
No, you can't not do that, man. You have to Midas. Okay, so they do get the tier 1 tower top. Warlock's also got a Midas as well. I'm personally can't wait to see the farm wars. If you check the net worth, actually, this is interesting because Lena's definitely far ahead. but the Slark is nearly caught up to the Sand King and the Bristleback, and the Sniper is not the furthest from them, but 2k behind, which is probably just an item. Oh yeah, just going to shoot some bullets at Lena then. Lena's probably going to regenerate that up easily. But yeah, Slark actually catching up in farm. And this is the problem with the Slark. He can do such things. See, if he'd rushed for a Shadow Blade, he probably would have got a Shadow Blade at maybe at 15 minutes, 16 minutes, which would have been average, maybe, respectable. Not the worst, but he wouldn't have had to be able to do anything else. And he's gonna delay his Shadow Blade by 4 minutes to actually make sure that
Sniper's just found a free kill on Warlock going for a scenic walk.
Oh, nicely done. Oh, Sniper has a double damage, man. Come on, that's a little bit.
Oh, yeah, but he just walked past him.
Yeah. Okay, Lena just using herself up there. Something that they also have to be careful of, and we haven't really mentioned too much. Sniper can just, continuously nuke them from a distance, but Disruptor. So you have to take into account that if they overextend, their out of position limit is very, very big, but the same is for the Sniper, so Sniper has to be a bit careful here, but you know what I mean, right?
Yeah, I was also going to say, before Warlock made himself walking food, that his going for egg next is pretty greedy. Like, when Slark gets Shadow Blade, he's pretty much got a free kill on Warlock every single time he finds him out.
Yeah.
Going for some sort of escape.
Okay, so this is what we could see here. Yeah, because there's still a glimpse up on the Disruptor. Oh, and he glimpsed the Venge! Oh, he saved the Venge, but it looks like they're probably going to get the Sniper here. Slark didn't have to pop his ult, but I feel like that glimpse was a misclick. I don't blame the Disruptor for that. I think that was just a straight up misclick and a bit of nerve. Because they could have easily picked up the Lena there. They'd bursted half her health down. The Venge had blown swap already. If she was glimpsed back, they would have had her. Oops, Slark just going to purge that out nicely. Yeah, Slark's got a Shadow Blade. So, okay, I'm going to say it, but Goonsack are probably going to win this now because of the fact that, funnily enough, ISIS have done what Goonsack did in the previous game. They haven't taken their advantage to the max. They haven't really pushed it. One sec. Yeah, what's up? Yeah, dude. 1 sec, Mace, you take over the cast.
Yeah, I mean, you were saying that they are slowly bringing it back, but I still think they have a risk of getting a bit too confident and getting melted fighting Elena. I'm just going to mute Zer there. Hopefully you guys can't hear him now, because I don't really want to listen to his background shit either. I don't know. I think a smoke's in order. One of these teams needs to get a pick off, and then Roche sort of needs to be the thing that happens into an objective. Radiant's still sitting scared in base at the moment, but double smoke on Disruptor. Maybe they'll move out. Here we go. Dire's going for Roche. Sniper's onto it, and the team's TPing in. We might get a good fight out of this one. APC should have killed a golem. Sort of didn't really achieve anything. Could have held off on the golem for a wee bit, but the rest of the damage from the team is more than enough to make up for that anyway. And Bristleback's left running. I mean, I don't know. It's easy kills. The buybacks could probably have come out of Radiant already. But then I guess Dire would have just turned around and finished Roche on. I had you muted as well because there's plenty of other shit coming through.
Okay, sorry, I'm back guys. So a little bit of a fight going down here. Slark probably just going to have to pounce away. Darkpack can't deny you, so he might be able to save himself. No! Caustic Finale, unpurgeable. They still have to take the towers though. And the heroes will be back, but that was a really bad fight.
Creeps mid, they can just hit this tower.
Ooh, okay, yeah. Disruptor going to go down here. Damn it, I called it way too early, man.
No, well, I was just saying that before you left. Like they were coming back, but they still didn't have the raw HP on any of the heroes.
Yeah.
And it's
The
just
bristleback sort
got
of
too
did,
confident
but
into their massive damage.
they just ignore the bristleback. Yeah. Oh no, sniper, go bye bye. Okay, so that's just an instant pick off there on the sniper. They're still not focusing the racks though. So the longer they do this, the better for the Radiant team. And it looks like Timbersaw might actually just go down here. He's gonna take a hell of a lot.
He's a Timbersaw, he's gonna get glimpse back and finish off right.
So as a kind of counterintuitive glimpse there, Sniper maybe gonna get the ult off. The racks of backdoor protection is back up, and the slug maybe no, don't go for the Timbersaw. Go!
Oh, Reactive is doing it.
Just getting
And he's
wrecked.
got wand come.
Okay, so they finally realized we can't kill the Timbersaw guys. No, and then the leader just absolutely picked up the sniper. That's way too late now. Reactive armor doing work, man. Okay, Magi not quite in their fountain heal range, just getting blown up. Yeah, that's game. Okay, so the captain's call game. Unfortunately, it's going to go 3-0 for the best of 5. So well played to both teams. This game was actually kind of close, believe it or not. I feel like if they'd just maybe not been as greedy in their draft, it would have been okay.
Yeah, I don't know. This game was close to like salvaging a disaster of a start, but I just call it close is a bit. I don't know. I think ISIS did too much work early game.
Alright, well, cheers for the cast, miss, and I'll just debrief everyone. And yeah, that's really it, guys. That's it for the ODL 6. Cheers for being with us. Cheers for watching, and cheers for all the players coming in. I'll sort out all the prizes, and there's a couple of spot prizes that I'm going to sort out with probably you, Mason. I'm thinking stuff like really stupid shit like best ultimate ever, which we can probably give to the Warlock or something like that. A couple of other things like that, or, like other ones where who fed the most, and best draft or something like that, or like best captain's mode pickup. First pick Pugner, top notch shit right there.
Yeah, next level drafting, I think.
Next level drafting, yeah. Alright, so I'll sort out those and we'll get those to you pretty soon. Congratulations to ISIS for winning that, and congratulations to Goonstack for making it all the way back in through the lower bracket, and definitely giving us some entertaining games. If not, unfortunately, it was a stomp. They were quite close. There was just a little bit of, I feel like, it just tilted a little bit more, and ISIS, I felt like had a little bit more, just a little bit more skill in those games and a bit better execution in it. But yeah, cheers for joining and cheers for watching, and I'll put the stream on pause.